now, bouncing the ball to get the game underway at Princes Park. Hawthorn and Melbourne. Melbourne will need to improve after last week's poor performance. Moore got the first tap down. It's been picked up by Abbott. The hand pass comes away toward the wing on the outer side, and picking up a stretch of Melbourne, going up to the half-forward zone. But that might have been a mark, Peter. Yes, the umpire has allowed it.
Oh, that was a top mark, a real good mark to Stephen Newport. The Hawthorn player, Gary Ayres, seemed to have his name written all over it. Down towards full forward it goes. Ducking back was Glenn Howard, a lovely mark, and one of Hawthorn's better players last week in their loss to Footscray. And Glenn Howard has cemented his place in that senior side. He gets it across to Richard Loveridge, who kicks it towards centre wing. Brereton from behind couldn't take the mark. It's down to the bottom of the pack. This is Stephen Stretch again in the van as he hooks it back towards Peter Giles. Great to see him back in the action. There's Abbott, hand passed away, smothered by Russell Richards over the line, half forward flank on the Melbourne forward line. Melbourne won the toss. Peter Moore won the toss as captain, and they're kicking to the scoreboard end of the ground.
And Breeze going across the ground might favour the left of screen, only from the member side though. Packed bit of performance there. Got out toward the boundary line once again. DP Dominica goes down, but Melbourne go back into attack. And it's good defence up there again. That is Howard again taking it and passing on too.
Yes.
Gets it moving.
John Kennedy looking for Jenke. This is Jenke on centre wing. A lot of Hawthorn people think that he's going to be a very good player. Ray Jenke up towards half forward. Buckenara over his head is Brereton. Brereton off the ground. Good football up to Jason Dunstall. Hotly pressing him down there is number 27. That's the Irish boy, Sean White. And I saw him playing the reserves, the Army Reserve Cup at the Lakeside Oval a couple of weeks ago, and was quite impressive. That'll be a good contest. Sean White and Jason Dunstall.
Boundary throw in the forward pocket for Hawthorn. Hooked back by Moore. Chance for Brereton. He waits for the ball. He got whacked across the head. No free kick. That could have been a free kick his way, but Dixon got the ball out. It's kicked up to the centre of the ground now. Melbourne a chance to go forward and sock it off, or tried to sock it off the ground with the Melbourne players, but it's been picked up by Richards. He goes in toward goal, but it's been chopped off by Langford.
Well, bad kick by Richards, because Fidge had made a nice lead. The kick went straight to his opponent Langford. Now this is Gary Ayres on half-back flank taking that mark. Oh, beautiful kick to Peter Curran. No mark, said the umpire, and no free kick as Paul Payne takes it away. The hoots of the Hawthorn supporters. In they go after the football, round the neck, as this is Greg Healy, number 33 for Melbourne, on centre wing in front of the one-eyed Hawthorn supporters as he kicks into the man on the mark. It's grabbed by Paul Payne. Not playing at full back today. I think he might be playing at centre half back or across the half back line, and over the line it goes. Hawthorn would be hot favourites, Jack, but Melbourne will be desperate after the criticism they've had in the past week.
Yes, they'd have to be desperate, Peter, because they had a lot of critics, and I think some of the criticism was quite well founded. A pack forming up, under which is DP Domenico, but we'll see a bounce taking place on the wing position on the outer side.
Jack, interesting to see John Fidge is playing at full forward, and Peter Giles coming back from that knee injury after a couple of games in the reserves at centre half forward.
Well, they have tried to do something with their forward line, of which you were fairly critical last week, and rightly so. Moore got the tap away from that bounce. It's coming toward the boundary line, knocked over by DP Domenico once again, and we'll see a boundary throw-in. Yes, they've tried to bolster their key positions up there forward, Pete, try and get some bite into it, but by gee, wasn't it lacking last week? Anyhow,
well, they maybe even have brought Giles back a little bit early, but they were forced into it.
Right, nothing on the scoreboard as yet. Richards gets the kick away from a little pack. Moore, was it Moore or Giles got the fumbles in there? Those two blondes are going to be a little bit confusing. Tuck got a little kick away. It's up toward the wing position now. Moore has the ball taken away from him. He currently got pushed in the back, and he will take the free kick. Plays on quickly to Loveridge.
Yes, Loveridge to Buckenara. Here's the dangerous Buckenara. Straightens up and he fires at the goals. It swings back, but not enough. And it's only 1 point to Hawthorn. But that's the first score of the game. 1 point, and we've been playing 4.5 minutes into this first quarter.
From the full back position, the ball's kicked in by Yates, up toward White, knocked on there by Hughes. Comes in toward the wing position, true wing position now. No one can take it clearly. So DP Domenico got well tackled, I thought. The umpire doesn't give any penalty there. No one can pick it up at all. The Hawthorn player being held out there, and that was Big Mick Byrne. But now it's Melbourne going back into attack.
That's Stephen Stretch on the left foot. Abbott playing out in front. Oh, Tucker. Little hand pass
very
across
quick.
there. A throw, I think, in fact, said the umpire. That was umpire Carlin giving that free kick. There's Jarrett down towards John Fidge, over the back of the pack, great strength. Langford's there too. Now it's a chance for John Fidge again off the ground. Ayres is there and he hooks it through for a point.
That could nearly be
almost
a throw.
Yeah. Yes, he scooped it up. I think I agree with you, Jack, but it'd be a brave umpire to pay it.
Well, it was there, but he did have his back to the umpire, so it could have been deemed a throw. In fact, I think it was a throw, but Ayres getting away with it. Scores are level on 1 point each at Princes Park. Chance for Wallace, got the handball out to Di Domenico.
Yes, and he kicks wide in front of Yates, who's been in great form in the reserves. He's got the job of minding Platten down there. Towards the boundary line they go. Oh, Peter Curran went in hard after the football. Play on, said the umpires. Paul Payne on the left foot. Gets it down to Robin White, centre wing. He kicks it towards the half-forward line. Well, it's a desperate game at the moment. Russell Richards is there. They look fair dinkum today, Melbourne, after that criticism. Greg Deere gets it across to Glenn Howard. Howard towards half-forward. Graham Yates ducks back, can't take the mark. Johnny Platten's in there with the... Well, they tell me he had a haircut a week ago, Jack.
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
You'd be proud of that mop of hair.
Oh, would I ever? Who wouldn't? He looks like Tiny Tim. The ball thrown in from the boundary line. Moore got the tap down and tried for the second one. Taken by Di Domenico again. Kicked very high towards Big Hughes. Got the thump down too. A hurried kick comes away over the head of the opposition. And now here's a chance for Loveridge to get in toward Brereton. Now he's come back toward Byrne. Brereton's missed the bounce. Missed an easy one. Oops, that could have been Campbell. Thought he might have been tripped by his own teammate though. His kick not a good one. Going out to Peter Moore. He's got the fumbles. As Di Domenico came at him and it's over on the full. Now Moore doesn't realise that. He wonders what's going on and the ball's been passed to Platten. Now Moore didn't realise it's come off his foot.
Well, I didn't think it did.
Well, the umpire said it did.
Yeah, well, they're a lot closer than us. I thought it came off his hands as Peter Moore did, but still we can't see from where we are as we see Platten having a pot shot at the goals. That's not a bad-looking drop punt, but just offline and through for 1 point. I'm delighted as we see the score 2 points. There's Johnny Platten on screen. 2 points Hawthorn to Melbourne 1 point. Delighted to see Peter Moore starting off in the ruck. That is his best position and hanging around that half-back line. There he is now taking the mark. He's not a full forward at this stage of his career. No, he's not a full forward, not at any stage of his career. Moore putting the ball away from half-back, goes in toward the centre of the ground, tapped down by Newport, another thump away by Ayres. Up toward the centre, it travels once again. The background's fairly hard, the ball's playing tricks. No one can pick up cleanly. Comes shoveled out towards Hughes, he can't accept it. Kennedy's there, goes for short pass. Buckenhara can run into the open goal. He's going to take off 50 metres out from goal. He lets fly. The drop punt on its way. Platten gets into the back of the opposition. Could have been a free kick Melbourne's way there. Platten picks up, shoots at goal. It's very close. It's a goal. Kicked by Johnny Platten. The first goal of the day. Kicked here at Princes Park. Hawthorn 1 goal to 8 points. Melbourne 1 point. You're on 7's big lead. Well, that was a great goal, but I'm a little bit with you there, Jack. I thought it was very unlucky, Graham Yates, as he ducked back. I thought he copped it very high around the shoulder area, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt, and on went Johnny Platten, snapped through a lovely goal.
Centre bounce taking place now. Hawthorn lead 8 points to Melbourne's 1. Moore rises high. No actual contact. Breaks away with the ball too. Looking a better play today, Peter Moore. Gets the ball moving down towards Fidge, but he was outgunned by Langford. Langford bursting his way through the pack. Great shot too. Langford all about to be picked up. Got the kick toward the half-forward zone. A chance for Platten again, starting to use his pace to get away from Yates. Hand passes back overhead. It was a good thought toward Curran. Now Platten goes in again. In there, the Melbourne players competing is Paul Payne, and we'll see a bounce taking place. Well done, Paul Payne. And Hawthorn will see the ball bounce 55 metres out from their goal.
Yes, half-forward flank for the Hawks. Byrne playing against his club, of course, his ex-club. Dives in on the ball. Robin White, always at the bottom of the packs. And umpire, this time it's umpire Morrow, will come in on half-forward flank and bounce it. It's been a lively opening. Hawthorn on 1-2, Melbourne on 1 point, but Melbourne having a red-hot go. Moore gets that one down to Campbell. Tony Campbell towards half-forward. And that could be a free kick to Melbourne for in the back. Umpire Carland right on the scene there. There he is, only a young umpire, and he pays this free kick to Nigel Cole.
He'll be looking for Fidge down in the full forward zone. Oh, Fidge didn't get the front berth. Could have been a free kick against him. No, the umpire didn't pay it. He thought they were acting. So Ayres picks up the crumb, takes it across the goal and goes to the outer side. So the ball well delivered out toward Di Domenico. Hasn't not quite in the race yet. Stretches there. Dippy taps it on. A chance for Russell Green. Dippy follows through. He's caught. Tackled too high. The hand passes toward Green. Comes from Green. It comes out to Wallace. Wallace into the forward pocket. A chance now for Melbourne, and a good mark taken by Sean White. Very good mark indeed. He's going to come away from goal, come to the members' side of the ground. A good passes finds Healy. Can give it out again to Nichols. Jeremy Nichols loses it, but Moore playing well. Picks up for Melbourne. And on the left foot, they decide to hand pass to Cole. He couldn't accept it. Moore waits the hand pass to come back from Dixon. Moore's caught. Should have been tackled, but he got a free kick. He was hit too high.
Which way?
In the throat, the umpire said. Moore, you can see, got hit a bit high. Looks like Russell Green's hurt himself too in that same encounter.
Well, I tell you what, that was a fantastic endeavour by Peter Moore as he gives it across to Healy. That was good play over to Cole. They were fiddling around there, as you heard Jack Edwards say. It wasn't good, that's for sure. Green out wide. That was Russell Green. Buckenara, he looks dangerous already, Gary Buckenara. Magnificent. Hooked it back. That was a great pass to Loveridge. Loveridge to Dermot Brereton. He straightens up. No, he gives a hand pass to Dunstall. Great play, Dermot. Well smothered Tony Campbell. He's grabbed him. That was a great effort by the young fella. Tony Campbell, as he smothered that ball off the boot of Jason Dunstall after great play by Brereton.
Campbell puts it out to Jarrett. A one-handed mark taken by Jarrett in the back pocket. Jarrett looking downfield and looking toward the centre of the ground. Now he swung his kick back, and it well taken by Newport. Newport of Melbourne on the wing position on the outer side, looking for somewhere to go, calling for someone to lead. He kicks in towards Fidge, who's come out from full forward. He can't take the mark. There's a chance though for Melbourne. It's looked like Healy put it forward in toward the square. It travels. That's a goal. That's a beautiful goal. Kicked off the left foot. That breeze does favour that end from the members' side of the ground. A beautiful goal kicked by Greg Healy on the left foot. His first goal. And Hawthorn won to 8 points. Melbourne won 7 points on Sevens Big League. Gee, that was a good goal.
Well, I agree with you, Jack. That was a tremendous goal, and he allowed beautifully, didn't he, for the breeze as he brought it in with that northerly wind. There he is, Greg Healy, and he was down last week, and they need him firing around the packs because he's a nuggety little rover. He provides a lot of drive. I'm very impressed so far with the way that Moore is performing in the ruck and in his rightful position. I'm
impressed the way the Melbourne defence is really hitting that ball hard. And anyone who gets near it. Moore gets the tap from the centre too. It's tapped out once again, tapped on further. Little bit of basketball. Stretch and Di Domenico go after it. Dippy's doing well on the wing. Got a hand pass back out now. And now we see it shot down to Wallace. That came off the hands of Howard. It's out to Platten. Platten from 50 out. Gives a hand pass to Curran. Curran straightens up, shoots a goal. And he kicks truly. That's a goal. Curran kicks his first goal. Hawthorn have their second, 2-2, 14 points. Hawthorn, Melbourne 1 7 points on Sevens Big League.
Well, there's Peter Curran, ex-Marsland College schoolboy, and
Marsland College, where's that?
Well, it's a great school, the Morris Brothers School, as we all know, Jack.
Oh, that's
the fact that I teach there has got nothing to do with it. But no. Peter Curran, there he is, Johnny Platten, a lovely hand pass he gave across there, but. Peter Curran, he must be in good form because we saw Ken Judge playing in the reserves, and to keep a player like Ken Judge out, he must be in great form, Peter Curran.
Centre bounce, Moore rises high again to get the tap down. Giles' free kick wasn't paid. It comes in back to Hughes. He gets a little kick out too. Newport tried to move it on, sock it off the ground, looked like Dippy again, got it moving. Curran, little kick comes away toward Yates coming out, but Brereton's there. He'll hand pass back to Loveridge. Loveridge from 55 out. Pops it up high. Dunstall's chance, a free kick upfield. That was bad defence. Very bad defence by Campbell. Giving Loveridge a push in the back after he got rid of the ball. So a free kick will go to Dunstall, dead in front of goal.
That doesn't deserve a free kick up the field. It has to be more serious than that, surely, Jack, than a bit of a push as you're kicking the ball. I think umpires have to really do something about that. That's too easy a goal to be given, I reckon. I think he might have missed, has he? Well, he got it. He's got it for a goal to Dunstall.
Yes, he has his first goal. Yeah, Pete, you may be right, but by the same token, the rules are the rules, and you can't do much. You can't bend them. Oh, yeah, they both agree. All right. I watched the ball go there, but
I admit if you get flattened hard, if you get unfairly flattened, but that kid had no chance, Campbell. He was trying to stop him desperately trying to stop him. The umpire gives a free kick downfield for a little misdemeanour. I just think it's tough when it results in a goal.
All right, ask umpire Carlin tomorrow and we'll disport him what's your decision. He may be able to answer it. I know it wasn't him, but he should be able to answer the question. It's tapped down from the centre again. Moore waiting for the ball to come out. It doesn't get there. Kicked off the ground and hurried out by Payne. Comes out toward the wing position where Byrne picked up like a rover. His hand pass wasn't that good to Buckenara. He finds Di Domenico. Looks like he's playing on each wing. It's been picked up by Wallace after Dippy's hand pass in toward the full forward zone. Deer can't mark it. Yates tries to barge his way through. Pinched by Loveridge from Turner. Loveridge left foot kick goes forward. It's a goal. That was a good goal. He pinched it. He took it from him. Left foot snap a goal, and Richard Loveridge popped his first goal through. On 7 scoreboard, I was going to say, Hawthorn 4-2-26, Melbourne 1-1-7 points.
Yes, and there he is, the little rover. He played a great game in the night game during the week, of course. I think he had about 12 or 13 possessions in the first quarter against North Adelaide. And, well, he's in great form. But that was an absolute steal as he pinched that one, and that's Hawthorn's machine. And I think that's what you'd call is starting to get into gear at the moment. 4-2 plays 1-1.
19 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Buckenara brings the ball away toward Campbell. Campbell's kick, not a long one. Goes out to Di Domenico. God, he's having a good day very early in the piece. 5 kicks already. Buckenara went for a difficult mark one-handed. Brereton tried to kick it in mid-air. Oh, Dunsell got a biff too. The umpire didn't see that. Campbell pops a little pass up to Moore. He's had 5 kicks too. Campbell's been picked up here by Hughes. He's lost it back to Moore. Melbourne not using the ball as well as they could. And now it's on the ground. On the wing position, we'll see a bounce taking place. It might favour Hawthorn's forward line by a few metres, but really it's the wing position.
Yes, and young Campbell, number 40, is doing very well for Melbourne in defence, although he gave away that kick down the field which resulted in a goal. But the skill of Hawthorn, there's in the back. Oh, umpire Carlin, I think he missed that one.
Oh, there's
tuck.
a biff too.
I think it was definitely a free kick. He lets the umpire... The young fella, he lets the game really go. I think that was a free kick to Tuck, in my opinion. But
it was another free kick.
There's another one straight after the one you called.
Right, Moore hooks it in. Hand pass comes out. It's been taken well by Jeremy Nichols, who moves it in towards the centre of the ground. Oh, good mark. Very good mark, and the 15 metres will go against Di Domenico here to Stephen Stretch. He'll be looking for Fidge. He's kicked toward Fidge. He's gone the wrong side of the ground, though. The breeze will be in their face from over there. Fidge after it, can't pick it up. Langford had a bit of pace on him then, but his kick wasn't a good one. It's gone out of bounds on the full.
Isn't he playing confident football, Chris Langford? There he is, number 28, but on that occasion he put it out. Johnny Fidge coming back, second game after being out for a long time with injury, up towards half forward. Mightn't be match fit, John Fidge. There's the ball on half forward. Holding the ball set up by Carland as it comes across to Di Domenico from Abbott. He brings it up towards half forward. Brereton waiting over the back. In comes Loveridge, who's in tip-top form today. Hand pass to Buckenara. That was from Tuck. Buckenara kicks it to forward line. It's all Melbourne. And ducking back to take the mark is Stephen Turner.
Well, he's got nowhere to go. He had to swing the ball back in towards Jarrett. There's Di Domenico again. He gives it into Loveridge. Loveridge gives it back to Platten. Platten on the left foot mightn't kick this one. No. Oh, will he? No, he won't. He was on the left foot, tried to steer it in. Thought he would have brought the ball toward the goal square front rather than have a shot at goal, but he was confident of his left foot snap, which didn't quite work. 27 playing 7. Hawthorn lead on 7's big league as Turner brings it back into play from the full back position. Hughes can't take it. Robin White's there for Melbourne. He still has possession. His hand pass was very poor. Curran tapped it along the ground. He was looking for Platten but couldn't find him. It goes back into the pack of players, now picked up by Jarrett. Kicks very high toward Newport. Newport, the 234s do battle out there, Newport and Kennedy, but neither can gain possession, and we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place on the outer side of Princes Park. Melbourne, when going forward, Peter, should bring it to the members' side more, I would think. The Royal Parade side.
Hardly been on that side, Jack.
Yeah, well, Healy proved that it does get assistance from there.
Right, as we said, in half forward, it's grabbed by Wallace, brings it to half forward. Stretch doing all right. It's a good battle out there between Stretch and Di Domenico. Platten gave it to Di Domenico, back to Wallace. Wallace over the top to Tuck. Tuck on the right foot looking for Buckenara. Oh, good use of the body. Good umpiring too to let it go. Platten is there. And over the line it goes. But that was, what's happening? He's going to bounce it. I don't think it was over the line, said umpire Morrow. I thought that was good umpiring. Buckenara staged for the free kick against Hughes.
Well, Platten's playing well. He played well on Tuesday night too in the Foster's Cup match, Pete, and he's certainly playing well today, even though it's very early in the game. It's only 20 minutes into the first term. Big thump from the pack over the boundary line, and we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place. It's 50 metres out from Hawthorn's goal. Hawthorn kicking to the Robert Heatley stand end of the Princes Park Oval. which is well sheltered by from the breeze by the stands. Punched out by Moore toward Campbell, taken by Di Domenico. He's had about 10 possessions this quarter, and then he kicks it up high toward Turner. He can't hold the mark. Who's got this one now? The Melbourne player puts it down, goes in toward the half-forward zone. It's kicked by Robin White. Gets it moving. Sorry, it was Sean White, not Robin White. Big Burn getting a hand pass back to Green, who loses his footing and the football. He goes down on the wing position. The umpire having a good look at this. He'll have to bounce it, I'm sure, and we will see a bounce taking place on the wing position, outer side of the ground, as we approach the 20.5-minute mark of the first term. Hawthorn lead Melbourne by 20 points.
Well, Jack mentioned Sean White, number 27. Of course, he's the Irish boy, and saw him in the Armoury Reserve Cup a couple of weeks ago, and he looked very impressive. I think he's got a lot of talent, that kid. I hope he makes it. So we see Buckenara hook it out to Wallace. Wallace over the top to Jenke. Ray Jenke, he wasn't sure where to go. Gives it to Kennedy, obviously playing on the back line. Towards half forward, where Paul Payne takes a nice strong mark. Now he's picking up Peter Curry. He's got a kick, as Jack Edwards is saying, to the left-hand side of the screen to bring it in. He does it too. A beautiful kick towards half-forward flank. That's nearly a mark to Hawthorn. No, said the umpire. It's grabbed by Nichols. Jeremy Nichols straightens up. He fires at the goals. A chance for John Fidge against Langford. Over the back. Was it touched? Oh, was that touched? Now it's Fidge up the ground. No, touched. No, I wonder if that was over the line before he got his boot to it. I thought it was touched initially, but still it's a point to Melbourne. I thought Langford may have got the hands to it as he made the kick toward goal. 4-3-27 to 128 points. Yes, I thought it was going to be a goal. They're all formed up at the half-back position again, and they'll all break away in their different directions. He's going out toward Tuck, who's made the lead toward the half-back flank area. It's come over the head of Tuck, taken here by Abbott, whom I think's got a great future in football. He gets the ball up toward Curran on the half-forward flank, but it's over the boundary line for a throw-in. He's an improved player, Abbott. My word, he is. I think he's got a good future in football. 27 points, playing 8, Hawthorn leading, 4-3 to 1-2. Peter Moore against Greg Deere. Moore hooked it to the ground. Di Domenico puts it out of bounds on the full. No, it just bounced before it went out. So the boundary umpire on screen will throw it in. Scoreboard. How many possessions is that, Andrew? 8 kicks and 5 handballs. Not a bad quarter's work, Jack. He's done very well. Here he comes again, but he won't get this one. Taken by Dixon. Dixon to Robin White. He leaves it behind. In comes Curran. Hand pass to Wallace. Wallace gets it up to Deere. Deere to Di Domenico. Will he kick a goal or won't he? No, he doesn't. And Turner doing quite well back there. Oh, he's played on. Oh, I don't know about that one. My word, he played on. Very lucky. He gets a 15-metre start. He nearly got caught again. He did too. He gets it moving into Payne, and Payne takes a good mark, but watch him pay. Oh. Taken by Jeremy Nichols into the wing position. He's looking for a teammate, hasn't found one as yet. Ayres comes out. Left foot kick in toward the half-forward zone, and a mark taken in defence down there by the Melbourne defender in Yates. Yates looking for somewhere to go. Up to the wing position. That wasn't a mark. I'll eat my hat to Paul Payne. Unbelievable as we see Kennedy across to Abbott as Jack gave him the big rap a moment ago. Up to Deere. Over the back of the pack is Yates and Sean White. Beautiful football by the Irishman. Shouldn't have bounced. Off he goes. God, great play. Off he goes to centre half back. Good. He's got good skills. There's Abbott. And he's playing well. Takes a mark over to Kennedy. And Kennedy brings it wide and finds Loveridge. He'll be looking for Buckenara in the forward pocket. No, he did. I don't know whether he meant that or not. I don't think he really did. And and it's found Buckenara. He'll claim he did. Oh, I suppose he will now. Good pass, I should say. This will be a hard kick all the same, Jack, into the breeze. Well, I don't know. I think these goals are fairly well protected from that westerly that's blowing here, Pete. So Buckenara could make the distance and does make the distance. And it's only one behind. Good kick, though, by Buckenara. From that, he's had 5 kicks. Looking dangerous, but he has been off target, Pete, the last few weeks. He has. He missed one, of course. It's 4-4, Hawthorn. Melbourne on 1-2, as we see Steve Turner on screen. He's playing as a loose man. Well, he was for a while, unless Hawthorn had an extra man on the ball. Now he's picked up there, but he was a loose man for a while there. There's a good mark to Stephen Newport. No. Oh, I don't know. There's something going on out there, but then it won't pay marks. Towards half forward. Greg Healy towards Cole. Oh, good play, Nigel Cole. Hand pass. Gary Ayres always seems to do everything so easily. Just lets the ball run over the line. Although Hawthorn don't seem to have been all that dominant. They've got a good lead on the scoreboard. 3 goals, 2 in fact in front, a total of 20 points.
Yes, 20 points. Right as we come to the time on period, the ball tapped to the front of the pack, been picked up by Burney, gets a hand pass away very quickly, goes into a pack again out there on the half-back line for Hawthorn, and we'll see a bounce taking place. Getting off the ground is Wallace and also Jarrett of Melbourne, and we're now into the time on period by a few seconds. So in the first term at Princes Park on Sevens Big League, 4-4, 28 playing 1-2, 8 points is the Melbourne total. 28 playing 8, Hawthorn leading.
There was Howard trying to get away with it. John Fidges there also. He's got it on the left boot to Newport. Newport looking for Giles. Giles pounces on the ball. Newport's in there again. Gets bustled out of the way by Russell Green. There's Russell Richards having a flying pot shot at the goals out of the pack, and I think he's kicked it. He has.
Well, very timely goal too for Melbourne. Richards kicks his first goal. Melbourne move on to 2-2. That is 14 points. Half the total of Hawthorn on 4-4, 28 points, but a timely goal indeed because we're approaching the 1 minute mark of the time on period, and Melbourne were sort of stagnating a bit, Peter. I don't like the way it's going though. I don't think they're going to have much luck this afternoon against Hawthorn, but at least they got that goal prior to the quarter time break.
Yes, they needed that one. They could do with another one now as Peter Moore knocks it away. There's Terry Wallace going in after it. He's got it. Gets it straight across the centre wing area.
That was good play by
Ayres. It was great play.
He saw him coming around. He was on the wrong foot and he led to him, which is good thinking.
Well, there he goes on the left foot looking for Dippier Domenico and Brereton. Gee, that was a strong mark. Dermot Brereton, half forward flank. He'll go back. Well, Buckenara almost made the distance from a similar... Well, he did make the distance from a similar position, but it's a difficult kick. There it is. Hooks it. They're all hooking him there because they're trying to get that extra bit of distance, and they're starting to hook them. And that's another point to Hawthorn. 4-5, Melbourne 2-2.
Moore from full back takes the kick. He was looking for a hand pass. Yes, it's on again now. That was good play by Hughes, who moves the ball down to the half-forward zone. It's in the right position too for a score. Newport tried to tap it further afield, but got into the back of Kennedy, and he will take the free kick. John Kennedy of Hawthorn looking for Buckenara in the centre of Princes Park, who takes the mark. And that doesn't gain much distance really, but he plays on quickly. He'll gain a few metres here as he goes toward Brereton or Curran, and Brereton takes the mark. Good mark by Brereton. Now he's on the opposite side of the ground to where he had his last shot, and I think he'd nearly make the distance. You can see Buckenara lead into the open space, but he's going for the shot at goal. Got in too close to the man on the mark, so he popped it up a bit high, and it's goal! Or is it? Yes, it is. That was a good kick by Brereton. He kicks his first goal. Hawthorn prior to quarter time are now 5-5, 35. Melbourne 2-2, 14 on Sevens Big League.
Yes, and there he is, Dermot. A couple of strong marks will certainly give him a lot of confidence. He's been a little bit patchy this year. In fact, in a couple of games has been moved to centre half back to try and liven him up. But Melbourne are going to have their work cut out, so there's a bad mistake by Melbourne. Someone going over the line, and an easy free kick in the centre to Michael Byrne. He's going for the wobbly old kick, but it's travelled a long way. Over the back of the pack was Sean White. Waits for the bounce. Here's danger because Jason Dunstall gives it to Dermot Brereton. He fires at the goals, hooks it back, but not enough, and through for 1 point.
Well, the 5 goal kickers for Hawthorn at this stage are Dunstall, Loveridge, Brereton, Curran and Platten. 5 single goal kickers for Melbourne. They are Richards and Healy. Only 2 goals on the board now. Coming in from the full back position. There's time clock getting toward the 29-minute mark. Not quite there yet. Kicked in by Yates. In toward Moore, who can't hold that mark. Dippier Domenico tackled a bit high. Robin White tries to barge his way through. Got the ball out to Healy. He thought of giving it to Dixon. He thought of giving it to Dixon and changed his mind. Wallace grabs it, gives it to Loveridge. Loveridge back to Wallace. He'll give a short pass to Dippier Domenico. He's having a shot for goal now. Dippier Domenico, it's close. It's a goal for mine from where I'm sitting. And Dippy is rewarded for a fine quarter of football for his first goal. 10 kicks, 5 hand passes, and now 1 goal to Dippier Domenico. Well done, Dippy. Scoreboard showing Hawthorn 6-6-42, Melbourne 2-2-14.
Well, in my opinion, that was very, very selfish play by Greg Healy. I reckon he should have definitely given that hand pass across to his teammate. They had an open goal. He tried to be fancy and run down the ground, looking good bouncing the ball, and cost him a goal.
Yes, when you're bouncing the ball on the wing, it doesn't get many goals on the board, does it? Well, Buckenara threw that out to Loveridge just about anyhow. The kick comes up towards Big Deer, and he's a big tall man in front of goal, only 25 metres out. The siren has sounded. So after the quarter-time siren, we'll see Greg Deer take this shot at goal for Hawthorn. He may put himself on the list of single goal kickers also, as he's going for his first goal. Greg Deer, number 14, 20 to 25 metres out, dead in front of goal toward the Robert Heatley stand end. I don't think he scored. Or has he? No, it's out of bounds on the full, and I think Yabby Jeej is going to have something to say to you, Greg, but that's your problem. Hawthorn 6-6-42, Melbourne 2-2-14 on Sevens Big League. Sevens Big League from Princes Park. We start the second term. Hawthorn 6-6-42, Melbourne 2-2-14. You're on Sevens Big League. And Greg Deer rises high, beaten by Moore. There was no hand pass came away on that occasion by Jakey. The ball up toward the half-forward zone. The umpire said a push in the back. That will go the way of the Hawthorn player and to be taken by Howard. Howard of Hawthorn from centre half back out toward the attacking side of the ground. He puts it up high. Payne tried to tap the ball away deep. Domenico continues a little run. He had about 15 possessions in the first quarter. He gets the ball down where it's been tapped out to Buckenara, back to Platten. Platten looking for somewhere to go. He pops it out across the front of goal. He was hopeful for Dunstall, who got it. Domenico again, gives it in to Wallace. Wallace goes goal and he's got it. He's only just got it, but it didn't get there. So Wallace kicks his first goal, and he adds to the list of single goal kickers here at Princes Park. Hawthorn 7-6, 48 points. Melbourne 2-2, 14 points on Sevens Big League, and Domenico continues. Well,
we've only been going, 1 minute. He's already had 2 possessions and helped in a goal to Wallace there with a lovely hand pass. There he is on screen with Stephen Stretch. He's got a big task. In fact, he's not doing the job when you think of the amount of possessions that Domenico has had. But Wallace, not a fashionable kick, Jack. It only just sneaked in from about 25 metres out.
Here he is again. Wallace to Domenico. He got a hand pass away, a throw, the umpire said. So it's one blemish on his record, giving away a free kick, but we won't take too much notice of that. The ball coming to Stretch, back to use, a hand pass. That must be a basic thing you must do these days. And the kick comes up towards the centre of the ground where it was dropped by Richards. The hand pass come away again to Curran. He can't get a good break though. Dixon and Melbourne come in and Curran pushed in the back. The umpire calls play on. Robin White of Melbourne with the ball in his possession. Can't do a lot with it. The umpire gave him plenty of time to do something with it, but he couldn't get rid of it. And that was umpire Carlin. And we'll see a bounce taking place on the wing position on the members' side of the ground.
Yes, well, young umpire Carlin, he certainly lets the game go, and he's been pretty consistent with that since the start of the game, giving the players plenty of opportunity to get rid of the ball. There's Curran, half-back flank. A long kick towards Buckenara from behind, over the top of Hughes. Hughes has got it, though, too strong on that occasion. Brings it to half-forward where Gary Ayres ducks back with his teammate. That looks like Paul Abbott. He's a greatly improved player, and that's 15 metres given by umpire Carlin, but he doesn't mess around. Abbott, he gives it across to Gary Ayres, looking for Brereton. Punched away to Loveridge. Loveridge towards full forward. Dunstall in front. Oh, that was strength. He didn't take the mark, though.
Bad luck.
Knocks it out. It was a good effort, though, by Dunstall. Kicked off the ground. Grabbed out there. Number 39, you see, for the Melbourne side is Jeremy Nichols. Towards half forward. Punched away by Green. Now it's a chance for Loveridge. Towards half forward. Platten in the back. Now, was that Loveridge who gave it to him? It was Richard Loveridge. I called it right. As we see Platten on half-forward flank.
Well, he's got the breeze in his face. There's been a lead made down there, which he's ignoring, and Johnny Platten. He's got the hair that needs Platten, I think. He puts it in toward the half-forward zone, looking for Big Mick Byrne. He was called to leave it, picked up by Jarrett. Jarrett kicks up the centre of the ground, taken by Ayres. He breaks away with a hand pass, and that's taken by Kennedy. He's left-footed now as he goes in toward the goal square, looking for Dunstall, but 3 Melbourne defenders flew there, each opposed to the other. Platten was dragged down, but did he get the boot to it? It handballed it over to Buckenara, a good piece of work, and Johnny Platten and Buckenara say congratulations to each other as the scoreboard mounts here at Princes Park. Hawthorn 8-6-54, Melbourne 2-2-14 on Sevens Big League.
Well, that handball was that quick and slick by Platten. Was almost a throw, I thought, at the time, but I think it was It was probably legitimate, but at the time it was that quick. It was a terrific handball there by Platten.
Another single goal kicker, Pete.
Yeah, well, they're doing well. Buckenara's playing great game. Platten's playing well. There's Deer, beaten by Moore. There's Platten in the centre. He bores in after it, knocks it over to Abbott. Abbott's playing really well. Towards half forward, out comes Dunstall. Couldn't take the mark. He's very mobile, though, for a strong, solid full forward. That's holding the ball.
Oh, gee, that was well done.
That was a top tackle, Jack, wasn't it?
All that piece of football there was great by Dunstall. He was quick to the ball. His reflexes were great. He'd lost possession on 2 occasions. It was quick enough to tackle the fellow who did gain possession and win himself the free kick. That was a good piece of football by Jason Dunstall, and he has the chance now to become the only player on the Hawthorn side to kick more than one.
He's a great kick, Jason Dunstall, normally.
50 metres out, just inside the line. He puts it on its way. The breeze may have got it, but his teammates applauded. Dunstall kicks his second goal after a good piece of work. Well done. Hawthorn 9-6, 50 points. And Melbourne 2-2-4. Sorry, that's 60 points. They're just a bit late getting that up. I'll try again. 9-6, 60 points to 2-2, 14 points on Sevens Big League. Well done.
Well, they're having trouble again, Melbourne, once they get to the half-forward line. The ball's just rebounding that easily. John Fidge, of course, he wouldn't be 100% fit. He's had one game in many, many weeks. He's playing. Abbott's killing him at centre half-back. Howard's doing well in the half-back flank. There's Platten on the left foot, down to Brereton. Oh, he fumbles. He's not handling the ball like he in recent weeks. He's just not the player that he is usually, Dermot Brereton. There's a hand pass from Healy to Payne. Or the tackling of Hawthorn is good. Over to Yates. Yates with a high ball up towards half-forward flank. Kennedy from behind. Over the back, Dippy Domenico. Beautiful hand pass to Jenke. Jenke on the left foot looking for tuck, but Jarrett too quick and chipped in. Oh, clever hand pass over to Stretch.
He gets it moving up toward Giles, who's near the boundary, thumped away by Langford. And we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place, right, or just about on the 50-metre mark here at the Princes Park. Oh.
Well, really, Melbourne are going to be battling Giles. There's no way known he's 100% fit after that knee injury, and I don't reckon Fidge is either. So they're going to have trouble scoring goals, Melbourne.
Little kick away from Loveridge, taken by Di Domenico again. I'll get sick and tired of calling him this afternoon. Looking for Buckenara. He can't take it. Payne's there for Melbourne, as is Curran of Hawthorn. Payne wins out. His hand pass is a bit late. He got the ball moving toward Campbell. Campbell's looking for somewhere to go, but Cole led away from him instead of leading to where he was coming in with the ball. Taken here by Dixon. Dixon's left foot kick goes high. Giles a chance. Langford goes back. Oh, he got hit then, Giles. I didn't actually see what happened, but I saw him hold his face. Picked up by Deer, gives it out to Langford. Langford takes a bounce. Kennedy comes in to try and shepherd for him. He gets the ball toward Tuck. Well played, Tuck. He let the ball go overhead, then followed it through very quickly. He suckers off the ground, and oh, that was bad football. Kicked it over the boundary line on the full, and Melbourne's free kick. But Peter Giles, he must have got a whack back there.
I'll tell you what, it must have been a quick one, because both you and I are fairly close to that, and neither of us saw it.
No, we did not.
Well, there's Deer punching away to Wallace. Wallace to Loveridge. Loveridge and Wallace, they're in good form. Off he goes, Richard Loveridge down the ground. He's got an open goal. Ducking back is the Melbourne player in Turner, though, to take a well-judged mark.
That wasn't good play by Loveridge. He had about 3 leads and he went hungrily toward goal. Shouldn't have done that. The ball taken by the Melbourne player in Jeremy Nichols in the back pocket position. Comes in toward Newport. Moore's there trying to shepherd Deer away, but the mark has been taken by Newport. Newport of Melbourne on the half-back flank, looking up toward the half-forward zone where John Fidge is out of position. Mark taken by Ayres. Hand pass to Loveridge. Loveridge can see a lead by Brereton, but he gives it the ball to Wallace. Buckenara leads up short. Wallace gets a hand pass in. Oh, took his eye off the ball, Howard. The hand pass comes back to Dale Dixon. Melbourne coming forward. The lead's a short one in there by Cole. Can't take the mark. He recovers very quickly. Caught in possession. Could have been a free kick either way. The ball on the turf at the half forward for Melbourne. They can't get it out cleanly. A chance for Giles. The umpire watching. He does let things go, umpire Carlin. And we'll see a bounce taking place about 40 metres out from the Melbourne goal. Yes, really, there was nothing he could have paid, was there?
No, it was fair enough there. He let it go, and, well, people like that sort of football too, when umpires aren't playing ticky-touch with free kicks. Good effort by umpire Carlin there, as we see going in after it, Gary Ayres. One criticism of Hawthorn is that I don't reckon they're using Buckenara all that well, as we see Tippy Domenico. He's having a picnic. Is that 13 possessions or kicks? 13 kicks by him. What a day. Here's Buckenara. Now they're using him. So he breaks away from Hughes. He hooks it back. Now here's Michael Byrne against his old club. Over the back, Brereton. Has a kick at goals. He's missed 1 point. But Buckenara's led at least 5 or 6 times and they've ignored him, Jack, when he's been close to goal.
A couple of times he let up short, though. Which is not the right thing to kick a little 15-metre kick when you have the breeze behind you. 61-14, Hawthorn leading Melbourne, and picking up the ball now is Sean White, getting a hand pass out to Moore. He's going to go very close to the boundary line, but Richards will fly high to the back of the opposition. The umpire called play on. A hand pass comes back to Richards. A little bit of heavy work going on behind there as Richards comes goalward, looking for Giles, and he takes the mark about 20 metres out from goal. So this is Peter Giles of Melbourne with his first shot at goal. And a fairly, the angle isn't, I suppose it's tight, you'd call it a tight shot at goal, but it's easily kickable. 20 metres out. No more. Peter Giles coming back from injury. I wish him well. Kick from Giles, it's good. The umpire has said it's a goal. There wasn't much reaction from the crowd, which is understandable. They're all Hawthorn behind that goal, so Giles kicks his first goal. Melbourne have 3 goals to 20 points now. Hawthorn 9-7, 61 points on 7's big lead.
And a bit of feeling there between Giles and Langford because due to the fact that Giles copped one a couple of minutes ago that Jack and I failed to see, but Peter was down the ground holding his head. But as Jack said, great to see Peter Giles back in the side. He was one of Melbourne's stars and serious knee reconstruction, and it's a good effort to see him back in that side.
Hawthorn lead by 41 points. The ball tapped down by Jeremy Nichols. The hand pass was a bit slow on that occasion by Withers, picked up by Ayres. He moves the ball toward Jarrett and Wallace on the outer wing position. Jarrett's hand pass toward the boundary line. It was a rather negative handball, I thought. Is that a free kick or not? The umpire said no, it's going to be a boundary throw-in taking place in a position which favours, or call it the wing position, out of sight.
Yes, Peter Moore, number 30 against Greg Deere. Not a decisive hit out, grabbed by, was that Jarrett, I think it was, towards half forward, and over the line it goes on half forward for Melbourne. But they're going to have their work cut out. They're already 6 goals, 5 behind, so it's a decent lead to Hawthorn. And that Hawthorn, they're tough, they're relentless, they team well together. Going to be a very difficult side to beat for this year's flag, as we see Withers too slow to get rid of it. Abbott, hand pass to Buckenara, over to Wallace. Wallace with a short one to Tuck. Tuck further afield to Jenke. Jenke to half forward. Oh, lovely pass and a good lead to Jason Dunstall. He's a very unselfish player normally, and once again he is. Over to Loveridge. Loveridge straightens up, fires, and that might be a goal, I think. Yes, it is to Richard Loveridge. Great play by Hawthorn.
Yes, Loveridge kicks his second goal out of the Hawthorn total of 10 goals, 7, 67. He's had 9 kicks so far in the Dane, 6 hand passes also to his credit, and now we see him on the board with 2 goals. So Richard Loveridge doing his job today for Hawthorn, and 10 goals, 7, 67 to 3-2, 20, 47 points. It's the advantage held by Hawthorn.
And to think who was in the reserves, we saw Lester Smith, we saw Morris, we saw Judge. All those players capable of getting into this. Oh, Rodney Eade, and of course Chris Mew, they tell me, will play next week. So there's plenty of depth at Hawthorn.
And plenty of pressure on the fellas out there now. Taken by Abbott. He can't make contact though. Looks like Healy's hand pass coming in, or was it? Not too sure that one. It's Howard. Howard taps it back overhead. Tapped out by Langford, who got a biff. There's going to be a little bit of a war break out here between Giles and Langford, I think. Umpire Carlin talking to Giles. Langford has the free kick though, and that's what counts most when you've got the football. You can't do much with it when you haven't got it. Langford kicks toward the half forward, looking for Brereton, who sets himself for the mark. Buckenara went to the front, or went to the back looking for the crumb, but the ball came out front. It's taken here by Jarrett, tackled too high, made sure the umpire saw it, and he'll take the free kick.
Yes, and he's trying very hard, Alan Jarrett, over to Stephen Stretch, who kicks wide.
Well placed.
Yeah, it was a lovely kick to John Fidge, who, that might be his first or second kick. Fourth, is it? Fourth kick to Johnny Fidge, up towards Giles, or Langford, too quick, too good then. That was good play by Langford, over there to Abbott, Abbott to Wallace. Gee, they team well. Beautifully, Dipier Domenico, that's his first mistake of the day. He's got it. Handballs away and was grabbed after he handballed. That has to be a free kick to Dipier Domenico. Good umpiring by umpire Carlin, because he was dispossessed or dumped to the ground after he got rid of the ball.
Dipier Domenico's kick, not a good one. He Bacanara didn't lead to the kick at all. He led away, or he didn't put it the way he was going. Anyhow, it doesn't matter much. Jenkins got the ball. He gives it out to Deer. Deer's hand pass comes to Green. Green being called downfield by his teammates, but Bacanara's in the centre of the ground. He balks back. His hand pass goes to Curran. Curran on the half-forward flank's going to back himself against Yates. Puts the ball forward, but it's off target. Dunstall coming in. Tried for a difficult mark. In fact, he made the mark more difficult than it was. He's missed it, and it's over the boundary line. Maybe that's where it was. He must have known that on the full, Pete. That's why he wasn't too perturbed about it. Player with the ball now is Sean White, whom we spoke earlier. He's going to come to the outer side wing position. The ball dropping short, and the mark taken by Curran.
Peter Curran, a very, very good overhead mark, and he'll have to perform because Judge, as we said, is in the reserves, and they're vying for one spot up to full forward. It's all Melbourne. They raffled it, and they've all fought each other for that mark, and that's not good football, and the ball is forced through for a point.
Not the first time they've done that, Peter. They did that in the first term. 3 of them flew against each other trying to take the mark, so there's no talking down there.
Graham Yates on screen, about to bring it back into play towards half. Well, there he is again at the back. Curran, as I said, very strong overhead, gives it across to Gary Ayres. Ayres straightens up, he's looking for someone to take the mark. All those Melbourne players congregate again. This time it'll work out because they had players waiting over the back, and that was Yates giving it across to Stephen Stretch. He kicks it away towards half forward where Russell Richards takes the mark out in front of Glenn Howard.
He'll be looking for a lead too. Giles is the one he's looking for. It's Giles opposed to Langford. Langford up high to Spoil. Got the thump away. There's a chance now. Jeremy Nichols after the ball for Melbourne will have trouble picking it up because Loveridge has closed the gap on him. Ayres is there. He can't pick it up cleanly. Jenky went down. I thought might have been tripped. It's been picked up though. A good piece of work on this occasion. And it could be a goal. It was a goal, I think, Peter. That was kicked by Nichols or Dixon, was it? Nichols,
Jeremy Nichols. It was number 39. A lovely goal by the young fella as Melbourne moved on to 4-26 to Hawthorn, 10-8, 68, and 6 kicks to Jeremy Nichols. And I'll tell you what, that was the best of them because that was a gutsy goal.
Yes, it was a good goal, but Melbourne need a lot more at this stage of the game. They still trail Hawthorn by 42 points. Sevens Big League, Princes Park, Hawthorn playing Melbourne. Moore beaten by Deer. Deer moved the ball toward Brereton. Brereton to the shepherding for DiPierdomenico, who tries to barge his way through. He goes goalward, up toward the full forward square. It travels. Good bit of football here. We see Big Burn coming out against Turner. Tuck went down. The umpire said a free kick to Michael Tuck. Yes. He was being held but not in possession. And the umpire Carlin making that decision there. Turner going crook about the decision, but the umpire who was there said it's a free kick to Michael Tuck, and I don't think he'll change his mind.
No, the umpire was dead right. It was what I went off for. It was a shocking, crude tackle by Turner on Tuck. It was a shocker. And umpire Carlin on the scene had to give it, and it could be another goal coming up to Hawthorn as he stabs. It's a beautiful kick, and it's another one. And they move on to 11 goals, 8 Hawthorn, and Melbourne are on 4-2.
78. Sorry, they're changing the board again. They're a bit slow.
That's why I waited. Yeah. I didn't mention it.
I fell in. 74 playing 26 on the scoreboard. Hawthorn leading Melbourne. The time clock at the 17 has just gone past the 17-minute mark. 17:24 it is on the time clock. And Hawthorn continuing on their winning way. In a few weeks' time, they're in the final of the Foster's Cup match, and there on screen is Big Burn having a swig out of that black bottle, the magic bottle.
Steve Turner also there, who gave away that bad. It was a poor tackle, a real crude tackle, and it cost them a goal. As we see Deer, Healy at the bottom of the pack. Will get a free kick here, I think, yes, for too high, said umpire Jeffrey Morrow, as he brings it wide. Oh, who to? They have got a man there, but look at that. They should have gone down the centre. There's Loveridge. He's playing a great game. They're looking for DiPierdomenico. Oh, what a mark! Stephen Stretch hung in the air and took a ripper.
Oh, he bummed on there a bit. That was a little bit too much. Stephen Stretch put on a big act there, and umpire Morrow fell for it. Now the ball kicked by Stretch up toward the centre of the ground where Abbott went up high. A free kick Melbourne's way there. Didn't get paid. It was against Jenky. Bacanara's hand pass finds Platten. Platten can see Brereton there. He's gone for goal though. He's kicked in toward the goal square. Should have gone to Brereton, and it's through for one behind.
Yes, not good play by Johnny Platten there. He had the lead, and it was a poor kick. kicks. He missed. He had an open goal there. 11-9, plays 4-2. Hawthorn doing it easily at the moment. Towards half-back. Ball is brought away.
By Dale Dixon up toward the half-forward flank, but a good mark on that occasion by Abbott.
Playing well.
Yes, a much improved player. Doesn't seem to be a lot of him, but what there is all class. Taken by Deere. Up toward the half-forward zone. Flying high on that occasion was Payne to thump it down to Dixon. Dixon's left foot kick not travelling very far. Up around the flank is with Withers now. Near the boundary line. He picks up nicely, but put the ball over the boundary line on the full. So all the good work was brought undone.
Yes, and Mark Withers, he lacks a yard and pace, and that causes him at times to hurry his kicking, thinking he's going to get caught, and therefore his kicking isn't too good. As we see Abbott from half-back towards half-forward. Campbell was the player who flew for the mark. In goes Greg Healy, he's got it too. Hand pass to Mark Withers towards half-forward. John Fidges over the back, knocks it straight to Langford, and well out in front of Giles. Langford, he's developed into a top full-back. Up to Curran. Curran has it thumped away. Johnny Platten charges to the boundary line now. Can he keep it in? Yes, said the umpire, and he hooks it back to John Kennedy, and it was smothered, and now it's over the line.
Yes, going back to Langford. Langford has developed into a very good player at the full-back position. He's an attacking player too. Yes, he's only had 6 kicks so far today. And a couple or 1 or 2 handballs, but what he's doing very cleanly, and he attacks the ball, Pete. Here's Platten putting the ball on its way, and he's found Brereton for this occasion. So Brereton from 50 metres out, be looking for Dunstall, I would think. The lead is by Dunstall. He hasn't got the flyers yet. He got the hands. Yates hand pass, very good hand pass indeed.
Stretch, he should be over at the World Cup after that effort as he kicked it forward. That's in the back, said umpire Morrow. And they've Melbourne in their endeavour. They are trying hard, but they're giving away some crude free kicks as we see Gary Ayres finding Terry Wallace. Half-forward flank. Could have been 15 metres against Danny Hughes, who hasn't done much so far in the game. Peter Moore's been quiet too, really, since that first burst initially. Yes, he has, Pete. So who's going to take this mark? Down in the forward pocket for Hawthorn. The ball comes through to Turner. Turner's kicked over the boundary line, I think. Yes. I don't know whether it was a touch, though. No, it wasn't. I thought it might have been touched off the hands, but it's going to be Hawthorn's free kick, and Russell Green will... it was Russell Green. He's gone backwards about 20 metres. He had the loose man. It was good play. He gave it to Deere, who's going to shoot toward goal now, and the mark not taken. Big Burn is there. Jarrett's hand pass goes back into the goal square, and a bit of wrestle going on down there, but the ball was kicked away by Sean White as Burn has a bit of a wrestle, and a bounce may take place in the back pocket position for Melbourne on the outer side. Yes, and umpire Morrow on screen. See Teddy Fidge coming on, an interchange, Pete. Who went off? Did you Melbourne? No, didn't quite pick up. Try and pick him up in a moment. Well, forward pocket for Hawthorn. Paul Payne has got it. Let's hope Melbourne can get some sort of game going on there. He's having a picnic. Abbott, centre half back. He's gone backwards, but to get the loose man going, it's not bad football by Hawthorn. It's possession football. Buckenara over the back. Here's Dippy playing for the free kick. I don't know whether that was one, but umpire Morrow said it was. He played for that beautifully, Dippy, a minute ago. He's having a real birthday today, Dippy, and he's loving every second of it. He does enjoy his football. 15 kicks. He enjoys his football, though, doesn't he? He's gone for the lead, too. The big fella coming out is Deere. We couldn't find him. Platten was there. Jarrett's in trouble. Don't know whether that was a hand pass or not. It comes into Paul Payne. He gets a hand pass back to Jarrett. Jarrett's kick going out to cross the ground a little bit. Stretch tried to take the mark, wasn't successful, and 50 metres out from Hawthorn's goal. That could have been penalised. He'll get warned. The umpire will use his common sense here. That officially is wasting time. Yes. But sensibly, umpire Morrow ignored that rule and got on with the game. He could have penalised it. With a free kick. Could have. 50 metres out from Hawthorn's goal. Moore does the ruck work. Taken by Tuck. He barges his way through. Got a hand pass over to Buckenara. There's a chance for a goal from Buckenara. No, he's too far out. He got a hand pass working. It's been kicked by Jenke toward goal. Hit the post. Good try by Jenke. Another metre or so. And on the carry it would have been through, but it clipped the post on the left-hand side. And we'll see it through for one behind. Hawthorn 11-10. Melbourne on 4-2. 26 playing 76. The Hawks lead by 50 points over Melbourne. Stephen Turner towards the half-back area. Russell Richards. Got it. With that great pace, the Rhino as they call him. Very exciting player when he gets going. Over to Denny Hughes. Dippy's got it again over to Ayres. Ayres is playing a great game too on the left foot. A great pass, a top pass to Buckenara. He's playing a ripper game. They're all playing well. Hawthorn and Buckenara. He's got an uncanny ability to read the play, and that's what natural ability is all about. He's always there where the ball is.
Yes, he's certainly a good player. Now, he's been off target of late, so they were telling me he hasn't been kicking a lot of goals, getting more behinds than goals. So Buckenara, within kicking distance, 45 metres out. The line on which he's standing is 50, so he's going inside that. Now, he's got his worries. He's way off target. He's only just scored with that kick. Only one behind. So Buckenara not using the ball, Pete, as well as he should.
No, he should have kicked to the left-hand goal post that you can see on the screen there, and he just didn't allow it all. As Steve Turner, 11-11, plays 4-2, 22 scoring shots to 6, so that's the dominance. A few ironical cheers for Peter Moore. He's trying hard enough, but they're just badly undermanned, Melbourne. Graham Yates has taken this mark at centre-half back. He's got a short lead across there.
Oops.
Greg Turner. Not Greg Turner, Greg Healy, I should say. Over there to Jarrett. Jarrett, good mark. A very good mark to Peter Giles in front of Chris Langford.
Yes, Langford's getting a bit mean lately. He's not giving many full forwards many kicks. That was a good mark to take that away, that ball away from Langford when Langford was trying to spoil. So Peter Giles, about 45 metres out from where he'll kick, going for his first goal. Going for his second goal, should have said. Won't carry. Big burn up high to thump it down and thump through by Abbott. So they weren't taking any chances there. They just tried to thump it through for a minor score to Melbourne, and that has happened. So Gary Ayres with the ball, the full back position. I've never seen a shorter pass than that from full back in my life. It's only gone about 15 metres, so it's been transferred out to Wallace from Byrne. Wallace is on the half-back flank, waiting for someone to get into position, and it's Loveridge he's going for. He's found him too. Loveridge on the wing position on the outer side, going into half-forward. He's looking for Dunstall, who can't take the mark. A good mark to Sean White.
Great mark to the Irish boy at full-back. Over the top of Dunstall, 11-11, plays 4-3 as we see up to Peter Moore, over the back. Couldn't take the mark. Kicked off the ground. Eventually the kick comes up towards half-forward where Ayres casually strolls at the ball, grabbed by Glenn Howard, over to Chris Langford. Langford cleverly gets onto the left boot, hooks it on the left foot out wide towards Loveridge. Loveridge, great use of the body. He made the way for tuck there. That was terrific play by Loveridge on the left foot. Up towards Buckenara. Oh, he flew, he couldn't quite hold it. And eventually the ball is forced over the line by Graham Yates. Half-forward flank for Hawthorn.
Hawthorn 77, Melbourne 27, 50 points the difference as we approach the 27-minute mark here in the second term on Seven's big league at Princes Park. Dia came in for the tap down, couldn't do much with the dough, socket off the ground past Dixon, a chance for Loveridge, a Di-Pier-Domenico going toward goal, not a good kick on that occasion, a very poor kick as a matter of fact. He wasn't too happy with himself either, and the ball's out of bounds in the forward pocket for Hawthorn.
Stephen Stretch is limping off the ground, and coming on is Nigel Cole. Have to do something actually, because Di-Pier-Domenico has dominated that wing. As we see Danny Hughes and Dermot Brereton. Brereton hooks it out. Platten picks up, has a flying shot at the goals, and he's put it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, they're blasting away haphazardly at goal now, Hawthorn. Hawthorn 11-11, 77, and Melbourne 4-3, 27. We're 27 and a half minutes into the second term, and Melbourne try to get the ball away through White from their full-back position. Withers got a hand pass working, and now's a chance for Melbourne's Dixon to move it up around the flank. He gets it up towards Fitch. Fitch can't take the mark, and the ball out of bounds. Is that Nichols back there, Pete?
Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, 39 and 29. They mixed me up, Jack. As we said, they've got a lot of Melbourne have got a lot of guys about the same size who look alike too, and that's why half their trouble. I think they haven't got enough taller timber. As we see the ball with Mark Withers, left foot towards Giles, couldn't quite get there. Russell Green will head for the boundary line, cleverly done, and tried not to make it obvious, but he was heading for the line, Jack.
Yes, he nearly made mincemeat of some of those little leaguers too, who are sitting around the boundary waiting to come on and play their game at half-time.
And itching to get on, I bet.
I bet they are too, but they'll love watching their side play here. They're the Hawthorn Little League sitting down there. Now a little chance came around from Teddy Fitch to Giles. Oh, nearly took that mark. Strong play by Di-Pier-Domenico again. as Langford did all the wrestling. Di Domenico came in. Tuck told him to go the other way. Dippy was going to the outer side. Tuck said go over to Kennedy, and it was well placed. Now it's Howard of Hawthorn with the ball. He's going to try and get to Platten or Brereton. I think Brereton's the target. He's kicked it up toward there where Brereton gets the hands to it. Well played too, Howard. Took plenty of time to find out where he wanted to go, and he did it well. As the half-time siren sounds, it's Hawthorn 11-11, 77. Melbourne 4-3, 27 on Sevens Big League.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges.
Go for the mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
We go into the third term now as Dia beat more for the tap. Di Domenico again looking for the free kick and getting it. He had a fantastic first half of football and he's continued in the same vein. Curran's hand pass out to Loveridge. Loveridge gives it back in again and you're in trouble, son. Oh, could have been a free kick to Melbourne, but it's play on now as the ball came out from Withers. It was kicked down toward the wing position. Going in now is Jeremy Nichols. Could have hand passed to Moore, but he elects not to do that. He goes to Johnny Fidge at the half-forward position.
Oh, gee, does he look slow. Is that Dippy again with a hand pass over the top to Glenn Howard. Howard is having a very good year. Up to half-forward, he was off. Yes, he was off, and Healy put it on the ground and then was grabbed after he'd handballed it away. So good umpiring there by umpire Carlin. Towards half-forward goes Healy. Over the back is Russell Richards. He straightens up and fires at the goals. A long driving kick. He's offline and through for a point.
Well, the start of the third term, Melbourne get the first blood, but they need a lot more score on the board because they were trailing by 50 points. That now makes it 49. The Hawthorn players congregate at the half-back position as Langford's about to bring it in. 77 playing 28. Langford making up his mind as to where to go. The lead is by Jenke, and the kick is a good one straight to him. Jenke from the half-back line up toward the flank, looking for Abbott, but Curran coming on the scene, taps the ball down. Di Domenico after it. Now Dippy, up till half-time, had 18 kicks and 9 hand passes in the first half of the game. He thought he'd bought his own football today, but he certainly had a big bearing on the score of Hawthorn 11-11.
Peter Moore and Greg Healy, and Greg rushes it. No, it's not over the line, said the umpire, as we see Newport gives it across to Mark Withers. Paul Payne trying very hard on Peter Curran towards half-forward, and the mark has been taken for Melbourne, and that is by Teddy Fidge with the crew cut. The two Fidge boys playing today. Ted coming on as interchange player. Oh, a very short kick to Russell Richards.
I don't think he meant that, but anyhow, Richards has it and he's gone for another short pass and he's found Dale Dixon within kicking distance, about 40 metres out from goal. The breeze will affect the kick. It'll be going across the kick from left to right, so you'll have to aim left-hand goal post to have any chance of getting it. Melbourne on 4-4-28 prior to the kick. Hawthorn 11-11, 77, and no goals as yet to Dale Dixon.
I notice Gary Ayres is on the mark. We did get mail that he might be off the ground this quarter having leg treatment, as we see the kick from Dixon. It's not a bad looking drop punt, that one, Jack. I think it's through. It is. It's a goal to Melbourne. That might liven them up a bit. They move on to 5 goals, 4. Hawthorn 11-11. Dale Dixon kicks his first.
Yeah, 77 playing 34 after Dixon kicks his first goal. Single goal kickers for Melbourne: Giles, Richards, Dixon, Healy and Nichols. For Hawthorn, Buckenara, Wallace, Tuck, 2 to Dunstall, 2 to Loveridge, 1 to Brereton, 1 to Curran and 1 to Johnny Platten. Ball down again in the centre. Up they rise. Moore got the tap down. Could have been a free kick to Wallace. I think that's what the umpire will pay, and he will take this kick from the centre of Princes Park. He's going out wide. The lead was a good one, taken by Gary Ayres. He may be working himself up toward the interchange bench, Pete, because he's right up on the half-forward flank.
Well, let's hope he does for Peter Bence's sake. Our man down there in the van, as we see Danny Hughes, a hand pass across to Mark Withers, half-back flank, hand pass back to Hughes, Hughes back to Withers. He's got it, nearly ran out of bounds with it. Nigel Cole to Jeremy Nichols, and the young fella punches it away. Good umpiring. Newport. Tell you what, they haven't gained all that much. That's nearly holding the ball against Withers. They fiddled around, didn't they, Jack?
One kick from the half-back line could have
gone the whole way.
Could have had the ball right down there 5 minutes ago.
All that fancy work, and they gained, what, about 30 or 40 metres, and Hawthorn had them under pressure the whole way.
There must have been about 10 attempted hand passes, and none of them any good anyhow. Taken by Jarrett, a hand pass came out to Healy. The kick, not a long one, coming on the scene, looked like Curran going past. Healy got one for his corner on that occasion. Howard's hand pass came out, and Ayre stood his ground. He got hurt on that occasion too. I just saw him hold his wrist, I think it was. Dixon kicks in toward the full forward zone over the head of Langford. Langford with the ball in front of him, played it very coolly. Now gets the ball in front of him again, and left puts it out of trouble. Well played, Chris Langford. He's heading for a state Guernsey, mark my word. The ball over the boundary line on the wing position out of side.
Oh, poor old Gary Ayres behind the play there is having his finger pulled back into place. He's got a dislocated finger as you pick that up, Jack. But, well, if they do play him in the state game, there's talk of Danny Frawley, of course, having a chance for fullback. And, of course, Gary Pert would have to be considered too, as we see Mark Withers on the left foot, looking down there for Giles. Oh, Langford. He has developed into a top player, hasn't he, Jack?
I'm not saying he'd have to play fullback, Peter, but he'd
play him somewhere else.
He certainly deserves a berth in the state side. He finds Gary Ayres, who's over there getting some attention. He'll go for a short one around the boundary to Kennedy. Went for a long hand pass, as a matter of fact. He gives it to Wallace. Wallace can see a short to Buckenara. He saw him all right, and Buckenara has over 50 metres out from goal. Now, he may not take the shot. Mick Byrne should be in the goal square, I thought, but he goes for a short pass. Now-wee, that was a ripper.
That was like the old Thurl Merritt stab kick, that one, except with a drop punch.
You remember him, do you?
I remember him, Jack. He played about your era.
You're dead right. Thurl Merritt was a very good pass. It did look like a Thurl Merritt stab pass too. Very low pass, and Curran took a good mark to get it. Now, he's out about 30 metres from goal where he'll take the shot. He's going for his third goal. Is he? No, he's going for his second. Peter Curran puts it on its way. I don't know that he got it. He's gone close, hit the post, the umpire said. I didn't see the post move at all. We're not far away from that. He must have just touched it. Anyhow, one behind only. 11-12, 78 the Hawthorn total. Melbourne 5-4, 34.
I'm pretty sure that went over the top of the post. That's why we... And the Hawthorn supporters were livid about that one, so it must have been a very, very close decision as Steve Turner brings it to half-back. Over the back, Brereton cleverly waited for that. Gee, that was good play by Brereton. Lines up the goal, swings it back, and it's another goal to the Hawks, kicked by Dermot Brereton, and that is his second.
Yeah, it's a good goal by Brereton. He read that ball very well off the hands of the players competing for the mark. He waited for the crumb and picked it up to kick his second goal. 12-12, 84 to 5-4, 34. Hawthorn lead by the 50-point margin they had at half-time. In the first term, Hawthorn kicked 6-6 to Melbourne's 2-2. Second quarter produced 5-5 to Melbourne's 2-1, giving them a lead of 50 points at half-time, which they now have, and it's 7.5 minutes into the third term on Seven's big lead.
Peter Moore to do the ruck work against Greg Deere. Deere outreaching him on that occasion. Dippy Domenico knocks it on, goes in again. Centre of the ground was Terry Wallace. A hurry kick down to Dermot Brereton. The bounce favours wide. Oh, Brereton, great play. Caught with the ball, loses it. Dunstall. Sean White. A pounce in on top of it. It's half forward. There's Curran. Kick travelled about a metre. A hand pass from Jarrett was out to Greg Healy. Further afield to Dale Dixon. Dixon on half-back flank. That's a 60-metre low trajectory torpedo and finds a teammate in Teddy Fidge on half-forward flank.
Yes, he's just down from the wing position, a long way out from goal, looking down toward Peter Giles. In the back of Langford, but it didn't matter. Oh, gee, he's playing well, Chris Langford. He's in the back pocket now, looking for somewhere to go. I thought he may have gone short. He's had 10 kicks in the full-back position.
Brilliant display.
Going very well. Nice kick too. It goes up to the wing position where Curran set himself, but then lost his footing as he tried to set himself for the mark, and the mark was taken by Peter Moore. He's on the wing position out of side. He goes for a placement kick over the head of Dixon. Not a good bit of disposal on that occasion, and we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place. I don't know why you'd want to go round the boundary from there. Why not go into centre half forward and then to goal, but well, I'm not out there. I'm sitting here.
I agree with you, Jack. They've got to attack Melbourne and as much as possible down the centre. Greg Healy, well, he could have been penalised there. He made no attempt to really get that out. He just lay on top of the football.
Well, he wasn't penalised, and now we're going to see a bounce taking place on the half-forward flank. Hawthorn by 50 points. The time clock on the 9-minute mark of the third term on Seven's big league.
This is number 31, Whitman, Chris Whitman, coming onto the ground.
Oh, slim.
And he brings it down to Peter Curran. Curran knocked it on beautifully, kicks it off the ground. Great play. Down to Dunstall.
Well played.
And Loveridge. Knocked away by Yates. Hand pass, smothered. Grabbed by Campbell, Tony Campbell, looking for Greg Healy, and he finds him on half-back flank.
I thought he may have hand passed to Jarrett. He will eventually, I think. No, he's gone a short foot pass, which is a bit hard to take. Taken by Jarrett and put into the half-forward zone, and the kick, went straight through the player by Giles at half-forward. Picked up by Dixon, who goes goalward, but he's way off target. Over the boundary line on the full, was it? Yes. And a free kick going the way of the Hawthorn defenders.
Yes, and that is Whitman to Langford. And that could be 15 metres against young Nichols. No. Langford, usually a great kick. Finds Jenke over to Peter Swab, who's on the ground. Swab from centre wing, looking for Buckenara and Dippy Edomenico, and Dippy's been beaten for this one by Alan Jarrett.
Yes, Jarrett took the mark at the half-back position. He goes for a hand pass to Peter Moore. Moore can go for a kick now. He can place the kick round the half-forward flank, which he does. He finds his teammate on the wing position. That was Dixon. He got a hand pass back into... what was his name again?
Nichols.
Yes, but I wasn't thinking of him. Withers it was who had the ball. Hand pass comes back now to Abbott, and Deere picks it up from the half-back line, gives it to Platten. Platten's quick hand pass comes to Wallace. Wallace coming through the centre, goes for a short pass and finds Loveridge. Didn't no one went past to take it. Howard now gets the crumb, shoots it in towards Dunstan, who set himself, but a good mark taken by Sean White in defence. Coming across the face of Dunstall, and now he's playing on it and go out to Cole, who was out on the wing position on the outer side. A good kick too finds Cole. He's got the ball in front of him and go goalward.
Nigel Cole to Steve Newport, who's been pretty quiet today. Newport, he dropped the ball too. That was a good tackle. John Kenny, he's got a loose man in Platten. He gets it to him. This is danger for Melbourne. Platten, a stab kick, looking up towards Dunstall. He's got it too, a strong mark. Sun's in the eyes. He's going to go for the long kick, I feel, towards the goal square. Over the back is Michael Byrne, punched away by Campbell. Waiting there is Platten. He straightens up. It's a banana kick up to Curran, but over the back the mark has been taken by Danny Hughes.
Yes, the umpire paying that. The crowd didn't think he was a clean mark, but Hughes, I think, was told to play on. He gets the ball out to Jarrett, who's in the back pocket position for Melbourne, and can see a loose man and finds him. It's Dixon trying to take off and beat Dippy Edomenico. He did. Dippy put the pressure on him and actually took the ball away from him. Good football.
Yeah, great play, Dippy, because really Richards is one of the quickest players in league football. He nearly got away, but just the extra pressure that Dippy put on when he made the dive just made him fumble, and eventually he retrieved the ball and it was a bounce up.
12 minutes gone, the third term, Sevens big league. The ball up toward the centre of the ground. It's kicked by Newport around the corner, and the mark taken by Schwab. Schwab of Hawthorn looking for somewhere to go as he swings round. Played on quickly. Brereton's in there, and Brereton takes the mark.
Yes, right over the top of Peter Moore. Now he plays on. Short kick. Finds Buckenara. Gee, knows how to make space, this guy.
Well, he wants to get a bit of kicking practice because he's been off target, as we mentioned earlier, Peter. Buckenara has kicked one goal. Is it 50 out? Did you see that white line? He gets a bit close to the man on the mark. That's a good one. That's a goal. So he kicks his second goal, does Gary Buckenara. And Hawthorn move on to 13 goals, 90 points. Melbourne 5-4, 34 points.
Well, there he is, the Hawthorn champ on the screen. He is a really good player, and how much better could he have been? He's had 11 kicks today and a number of hand passes. In fact, 6 hand passes, kicked 2 goals. How much better could he have been if he hadn't have had that very, very serious knee operation?
Yes, who would know, Pete? He's still a good player. Ball with Deere and Moore going for the ruck work. Disputed decision, that one. Forced out by Wallace. Buckenara gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy brings it into the half-forward zone. Not a good kick. A chance for Yates to take it away, but Dunstall's there. Loveridge tips in. Dunstall and Loveridge there for Hawthorn. It's beaten them both, and Yates gets it over the boundary line for the Melbourne defence, and we'll see a throw-in taking place in Hawthorn's forward pocket. 90 playing 34, 56 points the difference in the teams. Hawthorn leading Melbourne as we approach the 14-minute mark of the third term on Sevens big lead.
Forward pocket. Byrne, big knock away. Here's Platten. Waits for the bounce of it. In goes Curran. That was gutsy play by Curran. Hawthorn, they scoop it out. In goes Dermott. He's got it. Brereton, cop one high over to Tuck. Tucker flying pot shot at the goals. It's a high ball. He's offline and through for 1 point.
Well, they are off target really, although those snapshots, they can't always get them. 13-13-91 is the Hawthorn total. Melbourne 5-4-34. Yates kicking in from full back, going straight up the ground. Turner's trying to get into the action here. He might be there yet. The ball on the turf. They can't get it out cleanly yet. Hughes tried to make contact, couldn't do so. Dixon in there for Melbourne doing the battling. Kicked off by Buckenara. Comes up toward Cole, who's being tackled, and he will take the free kick against DiPierdomenico. So he should get 15 metres here against DiPierdomenico. I don't know whether he'll take it or not. Yes, he's going back now. He's going to kick it toward the centre of the ground, and he's found Healy. Healy swings around. He'll be looking for Giles, who's leading
out there.
I don't know. Giles is leading that way, but Langford's got him covered. Into the back of Langford comes Giles. The ball on the turf. Giles trying to recover. Can't get the ball. Langford picks up. Hand pass to Platten. Platten to Wallace. Wallace can see DiPierdomenico leading, but he's gone toward Brereton. And Brereton takes the mark 50 metres out. Swings around toward goal. Drives in towards Dunstall. Or is it a goal? It's a mark to Dunstall.
I think it was.
A mark to Dunstall for mine.
This will be interesting. Where do you take him? He's got to go right round to the white line.
That's right. He's got to go nearly behind the behind post. Plays on the left foot. Snap is close. Is it close enough? No, it isn't. Good try by Dunstall. A very difficult angle. He tried to open it up with a left foot snap at goal, but wasn't successful. 13-14-92 to 5-4-34. You're on Seven's Big League from Princes Park.
We had a great view of that one, our commentary box, right in line with the line. It was a good umpiring decision too by the goal umpire as Buckenara hooks it back. No mark to Wallace. Oh, he copped one across the head. He's down holding his head as the ball was kicked away by Withers towards Jenke for Hawthorn. He's run over the line with the football, and Wallace is holding his head behind the play. There he is. And not too happy. He's got a bit of a headache, Terry. He's a tough cookie, though. It won't worry him. He's had plenty of them in the past.
Yes, they call him the Plough.
That's a good nickname,
That's his nickname. Yeah, he's always in the dirt, I think. Picked up by Cole, kicked up toward the half-forward zone for Melbourne, and Langford. He's got a lead by Howard, which is ignored at this stage of the game. Yes, he's found Howard with a good pass. He uses the ball so well, Langford too. This is Abbott coming through the centre of the ground. It wasn't meant that pass toward Curran. DiPierdomenico come crashing through the pack. Had the ball there, tried to get it out, couldn't do so successfully, and we'll see a bounce taking place 45 metres out from Hawthorn's goal.
Jack, it's a long time since I've seen the crowd get so excited when a player goes near the ball. Langford's got a real cult following out there at the moment. They're really marvelling at his style of play, and he's a real dasher, and great to see for
see how he goes this time.
Here he goes now, Langford over the back. Just couldn't quite get to that one. He's still going, though. Oh, good play, Giles. John Fidge's there. Oh, Howard gives it across to Whitman. He just handed it to him on a plate. Curran flying. Withers. Oh, beautiful smother by Dermot Brereton. Tuck knocks it on to Kennedy. Kennedy runs into trouble. Cop one high. Tuck's there against Campbell. Knocked further afield. Here's Terry Wallace, a little short one. Oh, good play, Hawthorn. Beautiful play to Buckenara. Once again, he makes space, gets on his own, and bang, a little chip pass across by Wallace. And this could be his third goal coming up, Gary Buckenara.
Nice piece of work by Wallace, who's still holding his head after that knock on the head only moments ago. Buckenara going for his third goal. The crowd like it. Hawthorn fans behind the goals at the Robert Heatley stand in said it was a goal before it even got there. Hawthorn 14-14-98. Melbourne 5-4-34 on Seven's Big League after Buckenara kicks his third goal.
Well, he's had a great day, Gary Buckenara. There he is on screen. A terrific footballer. He's had 14 kicks, he's taken 7 marks and had 7 handballs and kicked 3 goals. So that's not a bad day's work.
No, it's not a bad day's work either. Terry Wallace on screen, who hurt that hit in the head before. It'll take more than that to stop him. At the centre bounce, umpire Carlin putting the ball down. 98 playing 34. It's Hawthorn leading. Just about a throw by Moore. Picked up by Wallace, getting Hawthorn moving again. Up towards Dunstall. Had the first grab. Oh, tackle a bit high. And a free kick to Campbell. Umpire Carlin giving that decision. He's done quite well too. A short kick though. I don't like to see those little kicks going in there. Taken by Sean White. Given out toward Payne, who moves it down toward the half-back flank for Hawthorn, picked up by Kennedy. His hand pass towards Di Domenico, keeps it in play and shoots a hand pass back.
Yes, to Chris Whitman. Oh, gee, Howard slipped over and tried to take it as he's lying on his back. Payne with a hand pass. Gets it across to Nigel Cole. That's a beautiful kick, but the only one waiting back is Greg Deere, and the umpire this time is paying the mark, umpire Morrow.
Told him to play on now.
Yes, off he goes. Hand pass. Always got someone backing up, as we see. I think that's Jenke backing him up. It was. Platten waits over the back, but attacking the ball was Graham Yates and takes a good mark.
We're getting to the 19.5-minute mark of the third term on Sevens Big League as the ball is with Stephen Newport of Melbourne. He's going down to the forward pocket position. It went past Peter Giles, who's nowhere near fit enough, and Langford gets the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Now, Giles nowhere near fit, Pete, is he?
No, well, they've rushed him back too early. He needed about 6 weeks in the reserves, I think, and I saw him hobbling in the Army Reserve Cup only a couple of weeks ago. There's a flying shot at the goals, across the face of goal, and I think that was Dale Dixon having that kick. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Ted Fitch.
64 points between the teams, with Hawthorn leading Melbourne at the 20-minute mark of the third term. Greg Deere opposing Hughes, getting the ball to turf. A hurried snap at goal, or didn't go anywhere as a matter of fact, and hurried out of the goal square. Hawthorn defending grimly on that occasion. It's all Melbourne as Moore comes out to meet the ball. He's on the wing position on the members' side of the ground. He's looking for somewhere to go. He goes very short. He gets it into Danny Hughes, who drives with a long kick now toward the goal square. It's down towards Giles and Langford, and a good... No, it wasn't. It was Fidge and Langford. And Langford in there. He's looking for the boundary line now. I think he might find it eventually too. It's in the forward pocket. Heavy work being done.
Cole got flattened as we see Whitman receiving from John Kennedy. Out wide it goes. Buckenara, he knows how to cover some territory, this player. Towards the centre of the ground, over the head of Curran. Out comes Johnny Platten. He's got it. Handballs away. Oh, gee, it's a lucky bounce for that one as Curran gets it over the top to Michael Tuck. Tuck into the open goal on the left foot. He fires the Hawthorn captain. It comes back and hits the post.
Yes, hit the post for Tucky on the left foot. Not a bad shot, though. Coming in on the left foot. Good try by the veteran himself, Michael Tuck. And the Hawthorn total builds up to 99 points now. 14-15-99. Melbourne 5-4-34. And from the full-back position, the ball's marked by Cole. The ball was kicked in by Sean White. Hand pass, not a good one. Here's Buckenara. He swoops on it like a seagull onto a bit of fat, but he couldn't quite clear it, and it goes through for one behind. Seagulls do that, you know. Only one behind to Hawthorn, bringing up the ton. 100 points. He's got 101 up on the board. I don't think he's got that right. 100 points to 34.
Thought you're going to burst into a rendition of the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner there for a while there, Jack.
Don't know it.
As we see, 14-16 plays 5-4. Oh, taken away by Swab. Swab to Michael Byrne, who's been very quiet. Grabbed by Greg Healy, and I think he's put it out in the full on half-back flank. They're not playing with any confidence at all, Melbourne.
No, I think they're putting the pressure on themselves half the time, Pete. Di Domenico trying to get another kick, but he had to give this one away to Kennedy, who brings the ball backwards again and finds Deere. Greg Deere with the ball, doesn't move that quickly, but gets it moving now up toward Buckenara. It's on the turf. A hand pass comes out of the pack. Oh, Turner doing a bit of heavy work in there. You can see that on screen. A good shot by the boys down there. And you can see the heavy work going on. And the Hawthorn players quickly rush in to take the pressure off their teammate who was getting the treatment. So I don't know what come out of it. I don't know there's anything's come out of it. The umpire, yes, is going to report Turner. Umpire Carland is reporting Turner. Well, the boys had a good shot, Pete, didn't they?
Well, I must admit I wasn't watching the monitor and took my eye off it. I didn't see that one, Jack, but you called it. You were watching the monitor, so you saw the camera shot of that one. There's
Buckenara being told that evidently Turner has been reported for thought it undue rough play. Call it what you will, but the umpire's telling Buckenara that he is in the report.
Well, the funny thing, Gary Buckenara would be laughing to himself because even though he might have copped one, he's got the kick and he's only 10 metres out, 15 metres out, 45-degree angle and a chance to kick his fourth.
Yes, 3 to his credit already. About 4 fellas on the mark. Won't worry Buckenara, he's only...
They really are on the mark too.
In fact, there's 5 of them now.
That's unbelievable.
The shot by Buckenara, to the applause of the Hawthorn supporters, has gone through. So, an incident-packed scene there at Princes Park. Buckenara kicks his 4th goal. Hawthorn move on to 106 points after kicking 15-16, and Melbourne on 5-4-34. You're on Sevens Big League, and Gary Buckenara on screen.
Well, Danny Hughes is a great battler, but he's got no idea of a player who can run around and cover territory like Buckenara can. He's more of a straight-ahead player, and he's having his work cut out. 17 kicks, Buckenara, 8 marks, 7 handballs, 4 goals, and he's rapidly getting towards the best man on the ground award, I would think, as we see. Left foot was Withers, grabbed by Glenn Howard, a greatly improved player. Over to Ray Jenke, another improved player.
He's got good disposal, this kid. Oh, what did
I say Jack?
What did I say that for?
Over it goes to Jarrett. There goes Chris Langford again. He's having a picnic down there at fullback. Outstanding game once again, and he must be very close to votes as well.
Well, they can't all get
No,
them.
I know that. That's where it's hard to pick them in this Hawthorn side.
Terry Wallace getting it up now. Abbott coming through. Getting balanced, going for a placement kick. I don't think he meant Kennedy, but Kennedy got biffed. Now he'll take a free kick. Alan Jarrett going crook, saying he didn't mean it, but they still hurt whether you mean them or not. And you can ask John Kennedy about that. He got biffed right across the ears, and he's going to take this shot at goal. Well, he may take the shot at goal. Hughes is giving Buckenara a lot of treatment down there, trying to cover the lead. He doesn't want Buckenara to get any more goals on him. So Kennedy kicks long in the direction of goal. And the pack come out, and Moore tried. He took it out of his own teammates' hands, as a matter of fact. A pack forms up 15 metres outside the Hawthorn goal, and we'll see a bounce taking place.
Just as Hawthorn had got it out to Buckenara, and by Tutt, and their whistle had just gone before they scooped it out. But they're getting frustrated, Melbourne. Their lack of talent is showing. But I was talking to Ralph Lane, Melbourne committeeman, before the game. They've got a number of top players out, including Flower, Johnson, etc. There's Dippy, a brilliant first half. It's been a bit quieter in this quarter.
He wasn't ready for
Over there to Buckenara. Buckenara, another flying pot shot at the goals, and Peter Moore goes back. But there's something going on about 15 metres out from goal. Dermot Brereton is wrestling with his opponent.
I think Dermot Brereton got one in the stomach earlier, because just a moment ago he came out of the pack sort of crouched down, holding his stomach, and I didn't know whether he was laughing or whether he was just grimacing in pain, but I think something may have happened in that last encounter, because now umpire Morrow's talking to him. Hawthorn runners out there, as you can see. Everything's back ship-shape, I think. Moore had taken the mark, so it's still his free kick, or still his ball. No, must have been an infringement from Melbourne. If that's the case...
He's going to bounce it.
Why?
Because of that incident behind the play. That's very unfair on Melbourne and Moore, that decision. I think technically he's probably right, but it doesn't seem fair, does it?
I think he would be right, but a strange one. Healy clears out, DiPierdomenico again. Picks it up to Buckenara, to DiPierdomenico, into the open goal. He barges through. He's put it through, Dippy. He's having a wonderful afternoon. Dippy kicks his 2nd goal. A lot of entertainment out there. Hawthorn 16-16. Melbourne 5-4. You're on Sevens Big League, and is Dippy enjoying himself?
Well, he's having a great day. There he is, the Big Dipper, as they call him, and he's a terrific footballer. He's had 20 kicks, 12 handballs, 3 marks, and he's kicked a couple of goals, 2 goals, hands on the knees, and but he and Buckenara have combined beautifully. But a lot of those hand passes that DiPierdomenico has given out have resulted in goals too, eventually, to Hawthorn.
Yes, he's had a great afternoon. He's still got plenty of time to get more enjoyment from it. Byrne couldn't take the tap down from the centre. Withers gives it out to Giles, who moves the ball toward the square. Could be a Melbourne score coming up here, as a mark is taken by John Fidge. Now he's only 15 metres out, dead in front of goal. One against Langford on that occasion, and Melbourne have a chance to make their 6th goal. Fidge going for his 2nd goal. Sorry, his 1st goal. They only have 4. So he's going for the 6th goal now. Yes, it's a goal. Kicked by Johnny Fidge. So the Melbourne total goes to 6 goals, 4. And the Hawthorn total sits on 16-16. So it's 1-1-2 playing 49 points. The board's very slow today. 40 points, 1-1-2 playing 40. You're on Sevens Big League, and it's good to see the Melbourne fans there still wave their banners, Pete. Even though they're not having the very best of years, they're still there encouraging their team, and it's great to see them there.
Very loyal supporters, those people who come in, week out, and watch their side when they're losing. They're certainly not fair weather supporters. There's Michael Byrne getting it down to the ground. Curran tackling. That was Paul Payne getting the kick away. The bounce comes back to Newport, who hasn't had a great day. Centre of the ground, Wallace burrowing in, gets it out. That was great play up to Dunstall. Sean White's done all right. Here comes Dippy again. Oh, he charged through Dippy. He couldn't get the run of the ball. Dermot Brereton now. Was he ridden into the ground? Umpire said, oh, the Hawthorn supporters, they won't like this one. You watch.
I thought he was tackled high. He's been penalised for holding the ball. So it's going to be a free kick to Nigel Cole. Cole of Melbourne in the back pocket position. Hasn't really got anywhere to go with the kick. They're all seems to be covered. Big Byrne's going to try and take this, and take it he does. Hand passes out very quickly to Kennedy. Kennedy up toward Brereton, trying for the front berth, and did it well. He got no opposition whatsoever
the
there.
Melbourne players are too busy worrying about Brereton and watching where he was going to go instead of attacking the ball. And there was 2 or 3 Melbourne players, Jack, I think you agree, against one Hawthorn.
Moore and Campbell and Danny Hughes, the 3 of them are there. The siren sounds. It's 3/4 time. It's a bad kick by Brereton. He's getting in close to that man on the mark when he's kicking for goal, and he popped that one up in the air. Very poor attempt. 3/4 time scores at Princes Park. Very entertaining 3/4 too. Hawthorn 16-16, 1-1-2. Melbourne 6-4, 40. Welcome to Sevens Big League from the Princes Park Oval. Hawthorn having a picnic this afternoon. They're leading Melbourne by 72 points as we go into the final term. Hawthorn 1-1-2 and Melbourne on 40 points.
Dale Dixon looking for Ted Fidge, playing in front, caught with the ball. Oh, your goal, that could have been holding the ball. As we see Greg Healy getting it out to Jeremy Nichols onto the left foot. John Fidge and Langford. Fidge up in front, punched away by Langford. Peter Swab's got it. Now it's over the line in that back pocket. But they've had trouble kicking goals again today. Langford's been brilliant at full back. Abbott's done particularly well at centre back. Dippy Domenico's been a star in the wing. Buckenara's killed him up forward. They've hardly had a bad player. There's a flying kick up towards the goals, and it is offline. That was kicked up there by Newport.
Only one behind to the Melbourne total, moving them on to 41 points. Langford had a great game at full back today, looking for somewhere to go. The lead's by Abbott in the centre of the ground. Torpedo punt, beautiful kick. Tucks underneath it, tried to knock it forward, but Jarrett took a clean mark. Alan Jarrett right in the centre of the Princes Park Oval, looking for a lead. He's not getting any though. John Fidge sets himself in front of Langford, who put the big fist into the ball to drive it toward Wallace. Comes out to Schwab. Schwab looking for a lead. He can see one too. Going up is Dunstall across the wing position on the outer side. Dunstall running toward the ball with Sean White of Melbourne, but we'll see the ball out of bounds, and White may have injured that right knee then, Pete, as he come down.
Well, he's done a fair job, Sean White. They've been belting the ball down to attack all day, and Jason Dunstall, a great team player, of course, has kicked 2 goals. So White's done a fair job. That's Danny Hughes getting a kick up towards half forward. Greg Healy, hand pass, looking for Peter Giles. Back it comes to Healy. That's beautiful football and unselfish play by Healy. He copped one in the mouth after he disposed of it to Newport. Newport has a pot shot at the goals, and he slammed it through for a goal to Melbourne, and a badly needed one.
Hello. Bit of an altercation there with Kennedy and Giles, and also Newport. Giles come running in to remonstrate with Kennedy. Kennedy said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know how Giles didn't know too much about it either. He's been spoken to by the umpire. Everything seems to sort itself out. We did have a bit of a report. I think it was a report on Turner in the 3rd term. For what, I don't know, but the umpire did take his number. He was in an altercation with Buckenara. So at the centre of the ground now as Melbourne get their 7th goal, 7-5-47 to 16-16, 1-1-2.
Moore against Michael Byrne. Down to the ground it goes. Dale Dixon towards half forward. Nearly a good mark to Ted Fidge. He's got to try and get that out, or that could be holding the ball.
Bit lucky, I thought.
Yes, he didn't really make an attempt to hit it out, did he, Jack?
No, I don't think he did, but the umpire came in on the scene, umpire Carland, and didn't penalise him for it. So big pack around the ball. It's only about 45 metres out from Melbourne's goal where this bounce takes place. Tapped down by Moore. Rebounds back to Wallace. Wallace getting a little kick out of the pack toward Tuck. Tuck and Jarrett into the back. Good bit of work by Jarrett there. Got Tuck unbalanced and hand passes to Danny Hughes, who moves it up towards Fidge. And over the back came Langford. Didn't hold it. Greg Healy's there. Langford tried to carry it through on the boot. It comes out of the pack. Taken by Swab. A hand pass to Wallace. Comes out to Loveridge toward Di Domenico. Di Domenico has another kick. just about worn his boots out, up toward the centre of the ground. Dunstall can't take the ball. Coming in is Yates of Melbourne. A short passes to Moore. In comes big Mick Byrne. He did the shepherding for Whitman. Whitman carries the ball forward with about 4 of them. He gives it to Domenico. He gets another kick in toward Platten. Platten has the ball float away from him in the breeze. Platten going after it in front of Yates. Platten trip, brought to ground, and a free kick will be played to John Platten.
Bad luck to Yates. He tried hard there, but Platten cleverly used his body there to force a free kick. Russell Richards behind the play and Michael Byrne having an altercation. There was a bit of solid shepherding by Byrne that caused that. There's Platten, a short kick. Oh, right over the head of Curran towards full forward. Sean White was in there. Now it's Dunstall. Very strong player, Dunstall. Mark Withers, caught. Paul Payne gets in the hand pass, grabbed by Platten. Back towards Richard Lubbridge. This is danger. Lubbridge has the ball smothered. Very patchy passage of play at the moment. It's grabbed by Jarrett. He goes right across from centre half forward. An easy mark dropped by Nigel Cole, but no one's near him for 50 metres as he comes up the ground. A hand pass to Russell Richards. Probably could have given it back there, but he elected to go towards half forward where the mark has been taken by Greg Healy.
Healy looking for a lead. He's looking for Fidge, but the kick comes toward Newport. He takes the mark, which is disallowed. The umpire said holding the man decision, and it will go to the player just called in Newport. Umpire Carland giving that decision only 35 to 40 metres out from the Melbourne goal. So Newport, who's just kicked, he's had 9 kicks now and has kicked 1 goal. So he's going for his 2nd goal. Melbourne's 8th goal.
That'd be a good one to have a look on the What's Your Decision segment with the umpire on World of Sport, of course, because that was one that could have maybe gone either way, as we see Newport having a kick at goals, and judging by the reaction, that's certainly a goal to Melbourne. 2 goals to Steve Newport.
Yes, Melbourne looking a little bit better in the final term. Melbourne 8 goals, 553. Hawthorn 16 goals, 16, 112. In the first term, Hawthorn led by 28 points after kicking 6-6 to 2-2. The second term saw Hawthorn kick 5-5 to 2-1 and led by 50 points at half-time. In the third term, another 5-5 by Hawthorn to Melbourne's 2-1, and they led by 72 points at three-quarter time. And Big Byrne getting the benefit of a free kick, getting the ball up toward the half-forward zone for Hawthorn.
Yes, and bad play by Melbourne. That was Paul Payne taking it away. Bad play to give away another free kick for encroaching on that area. Here's Russell Richards coming away with the football up towards half forward. They're looking better this quarter, as we see. That is the Melbourne side. There's Tuck getting across to Terry Wallace. A funny looking hand pass. He tried to get it there to the big bloke there in Byrne. It's knocked away back to Peter Moore, who's had a very quiet day today, Peter. This is Nigel Cole on half forward, flying at the goals. This might be another one. Yes! And Melbourne are really coming home hard. And a good effort by the Demons. A goal to Nigel Cole, the ex-cap. And Hawthorn are on 16-16, leading Melbourne 9-5.
Yes, it's great to see the Melbourne supporters there, Peter, because, as I said, in the third term, they're out there waving their flags. They haven't given Melbourne away. They're following Melbourne. Melbourne got a big defeat last week, and they look like having another defeat today, but by the same token, the supporters are there. 1-1-2, playing 59 on Seven's big lead. Hawthorn leading, but Melbourne looking better in the final term, of which we've spoken. Dunstall with the ball in front of him, getting some shepherding from Brereton. Puts the ball up very high and might be out of bounds. Yes, it is. It's floated right over the fence, and we'll see a free kick going Melbourne's way in that back pocket position.
Steve Turner on screen.
He'll be out on Monday night at the Tribunal.
Yes, he has to face up after an incident in the third quarter. He kicks a high one towards half-back, Peter Moore. Couldn't take the mark. Back it comes to Dale Dixon, who puts it wide. Chris Whitman's there for Hawthorn. Greg Healy was appealing for the free kick. Hand pass to Wallace, who's had numerous kicks again today. That was a good mark to Dunstall. No, said the umpire. Now he's getting a free kick, I don't think he paid the mark. I think he got a free kick, as we see Dunstall probably centre this ball to get it onto the scoring side of the ground.
Hawthorn have not scored in the final term, which is 8 minutes old. Melbourne have added 3 goals, 1 in this final term. So Hawthorn not looking as good. Maybe they have gone to sleep a bit, or maybe Melbourne have just found a little bit more. Domenico gets a free kick. He played that well. I don't know whether he got hurt or not, but he played it well. He ran straight at Moore, then turned his body around to get the in-the-back decision. And our statistician has run out of room to put his kicks up, because he's had about 25 kicks now, and he's had a great day on the wing, but that wasn't the best kick, or not the best of his big tally. The left foot kick by Dippy. He must be getting pretty tired.
Oh, he's exhausted. You can see that. There might be a good time to... They've taken the second best man in the ground off probably, or close to it, in Buckanara after a brilliant 3 quarters. They might take Dippy off next, because they did play a night game on Tuesday night, of course, a lot of these players. Brereton is there and Greg Deere. He shuffles it out, Deere. Jarrett, tackled by Platten. Oh, he's a terrier, little Platten. Still going in after it. Now it's Loveridge going to lend a hand. Now Johnny Platten's got it. Over to Brereton. He has a shot at the goals. Mark is taken by Sean White.
No one home.
Well, he's got Russell Richards, the only one anywhere near there for Melbourne. He's got it. All throws it over the line, and the umpire allows him to get away with that.
I don't know whether Whitman knocked it out of his hands. I think Whitman might have been trying to con the umpire there, but it didn't work anyhow. It's just a boundary throw-in. We're getting toward the 10-minute mark of the final term, and Hawthorn still have not scored in this quarter. Melbourne have. They've kicked 3 goals, 1, and Turner takes the mark in that very last line of defence. It's out on the full. Whichever way, Turner has it. Well, he doesn't know where to go yet. He has not been given enough room by the looks of things from Greg Deere. The kick goes up toward the wing position where Big Byrne got up high. He was going to say couldn't hold the mark, but he grabbed it, and a long hand pass comes out. Green tried to give it on to Wallace, but he couldn't accept it. Chance for Withers of Melbourne balking around. He gets himself in a spot of bother. His hand pass, he let fly in toward the centre of the ground, tapped out by Loveridge. He taps the ball out toward the wing position and follows through very nicely. A nice piece of work by Richard Loveridge. Kicking the ball out towards Dunstall, but he won't get it before the boundary umpire claims it. You'll see a boundary throw-in taking place on the half-forward flank on the outer side. Hawthorn 112 points, Melbourne 59 points on Sevens Big League.
Well, Hawthorn look very tired at the moment, Jack. I think you'd agree. And I think it must take something out of you playing the night game Tuesday night on the big ground, even if it was an easy game for them. It's a big ground, plenty of room, and they do a lot of running, these Hawthorn players. It's their style of game, and I don't know whether they've relaxed mentally or physically. It's hard to tell, but still, Melbourne, we'll give a bit of credit to them because they are fighting it right out, as we see a pot shot at the goals here by Russell Green after receiving the hand pass, and he's put it through for a goal.
Yes, well, he kicks his first goal, Russell Green. Hawthorn total moves on to 17-16, 118, and Melbourne on 9-5. 59 points. Russell Green getting his first, and Johnny Platten, who's on screen in that shot there, he was a busy little player last Tuesday night in the Foster's Cup match. There's the man on screen now, Russell Green, who kicked that goal. But you might be right there, Peter. It might have taken a bit out of their legs, and they could be feeling the pinch now because those first 3 quarters of football were very good indeed.
You never know whether it is that or a great comeback by...
No, you don't know.
Great comeback. They had to do something, didn't they? As we see a hand pass to Abbott, who's been a good play. That was from Wallace. The mark has been taken by Steve Newport. He's got it on centre wing. Brings it to half forward. Teddy Fidge did a bit of bustling there. He's got it now, Teddy Fidge. He runs into the open goal from 35 metres. He's hooked it and put it out of bounds on the full.
Well, not a good shot at goal by Fidge. Seemed very, very lackadaisical the way he was going about that. Maybe it's just his style. Langford putting the ball out to Platten. High one, a hard one to take too, but he took it. He's a terrier, this little fella. He's about to go too. Dragged down by Richards. I think a bit stiff to get 15 metres against you for that, because Platten would have been off like a shot had he had the opportunity.
Good play.
Got a short pass to Schwab. He comes down the flank looking for Brereton. Brereton's there, well judged mark, but no, he couldn't hold it. He taps it further afield. Curran came in to do the shepherding for Kennedy, but now I think the ball may be out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in taking place in the forward pocket position for Hawthorn at the scoreboard end of the Princes Park Oval, and that scoreboard showing 118 to 59 in Hawthorn's favour.
Yes, it's been a very lacklustre last quarter. Hawthorn seem to be going through the motions, as there's a shot by Kennedy is smothered. Steve Turner goes in, heads for the boundary line, and couldn't do much else as he puts it over the line. But a very, very disappointing final quarter. I think the spectators certainly are not getting their money's worth in this quarter. Maybe Melbourne supporters a little bit, but Hawthorn, well, they know they've got the game won, as we see Tuck smothered off the boot. Loveridge. Tuck goes into lender hand. He got that out very easily, Loveridge. Very, very easily indeed.
That's close.
He hooks it back and he's put it through for a point, but didn't he get out of that pack easily,
He
Jack?
did too. I think he was going crook there. I thought he thinks he kicked the goal, but the umpire said no, but it's going back to what you said. Yes, Pete, he did, but he's a bit of a terrier, isn't he?
Good
He
player.
plays very close to the ground and he does it well. The kick in from full back is going toward Turner. Can he get there? Yes, he got there in plenty of time. Goes for a short kick around the flank, taken there by Sean White. He goes up to the half-forward zone, and the man to take the mark is Howard. Howard gives it out to Jenke. Jenke goes into the centre of the ground looking for Platten. Platten has it, gets around his opposition. I thought he may have hand passed to Whitman there, but he goes toward Brereton. A well-placed kick finds Brereton, and Brereton waiting for Curran to get into the goal square. No, he's gone for Schwab, who found a gap in which to lead, and he's taken the mark only 20 metres out from goal.
Very bad checking by the Melbourne opponent of Schwab there. Schwab telegraphed that one that he was running down the ground to receive, and he should have had his man hot in his hammer there, but no pressure at all.
60 points the difference between the teams before Schwab takes this kick at goal. 119 playing 59, and Peter Schwab putting it up very high. Big burn down in the goal square applauds, and the umpire indicates a goal. Hawthorn kick another one. Schwab kicks his first. Scoreboard changes to show 125 playing 59 in Hawthorn's favour on Sevens Big League.
Yes, and well, the Hawks, things are looking good for Hawthorn, because in the seconds today we saw Lester Smith, we saw Russell Morris, we saw Judge, Eade, and they've got Chris Mew coming back next week. They've got a ton of talent, and well, these players out there today, they had to play well today to hold their places. There's plenty of good players ready to come back in that side. There's Platten towards half forward. Brereton's there, punched away, straight back to Russell Green, out wide. Jason Dunstall's got it. Very unselfish player, Dunstall, towards full forward, over the back.
Well done.
Michael Byrne. A hand pass back to Wallace. Wallace straightens up at the goals. He kicks, and I think he's put it through. Another one to the Hawks. They're starting to really fire now. 2 goals to Terry Wallace. There he is, the little tough Hawthorn centreman. Hawthorn move on to 19-17. It is a hiding to Melbourne 9-5.
Wallace has had 21 kicks in this game this afternoon, and he's had 12 hand passes, so he's certainly contributed to the Hawthorn total of 131 to 59, as Peter told you. There's another man, Dippy. He's had a picnic. He's had everything. He's had about 25 kicks, 23 kicks and 12 handballs is Dippy. And Johnny Platt, another worker, on screen there with Newport of Melbourne, Stephen Newport. Big Deer taps the ball down. Who's going to take it away? Richards tried to barge his way through, ran into a brick wall. Deer gets a little kick around. Wallace gets it over now to Whitman. Whitman 55 metres out, goes toward the goal. No one home as yet for Melbourne, and the ball will just about go out of bounds here. Byrne tried to keep it in. Yes, he was successful too. Ludbridge tried to get it out to Brereton, but now Kennedy's on the scene, still trying to keep the ball in play, but can't do so. And we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place. It's up toward the half-forward flank for Hawthorn on the outer side. 131 playing 59 on Sevens Big League, and the time clock approaching the 17-minute mark of the final term.
Moore. John Kennedy has got it. Half-forward flank. He tries to centre the ball, but it comes off the side of the boot and out on the full, and the penalty kick will be taken down there by Steve Turner. Just a moment ago, Chris Whitman had 3 or 4 Hawthorn players to give it to as he came down the ground and elected to go for the long kick. I think he could have given it to one of those Hawthorn players about 20 metres out from goal.
Yes, he went for the shot though. Maybe he wanted to get on the goal kickers list, which is fairly extensive. There's about 10 players on it. They've kicked a lot of goals here this afternoon.
Paul Payne on the screen towards half-back. Greg Deer to tuck over his head. Graham Yates, half-back flank. He actually dropped that ball. He held it, he put it on the ground. So umpire was wrong there. There is Jarrett to Cole. Cop one in the back. Did he? No, said the umpire. Play on as he gets it further afield to Jeremy Nichols. John Fidge and Chris Langford. Langford, good play. Grabbed by Teddy Fidge. A high floating kick at goal. I think this could be out in the full. It is, much to the delight of the Hawthorn cheer squad. And they certainly have got problems in attack again.
Yes, Melbourne tried to bolster their attack today with Peter Giles and John Fidge, but I don't think either of them are fit. And I don't think they could really do a great deal till they get fit. But Melbourne are trying, and they'll be rewarded in time for their endeavour. Talking of Giles, there he is now, nearly his free kick. Deer gets a hand pass to Whitman. Whitman's got a bit of pace by the look of it. Now moves the ball down toward the half-forward zone. Players come out to meet it. It's Turner just about to be clobbered there by Byrne, giving it over to Campbell. Campbell gets it up to Royd Whitman again, and Whitman plays on with a hand pass. Loveridge left it behind. Taps it out again, back to Whitman. Whitman back to Loveridge. Loveridge thought or wanted someone to go past, but couldn't find anybody. And as Kennedy said himself, he couldn't take the mark. Healy chips one back to try and find a teammate, but no one home except the boundary umpire, who indicates the ball out of bounds toward the scoreboard here at Princes Park. 1917, 131 to 9-5-59 on that scoreboard. Hawthorn leading Melbourne as we approach the 19-minute mark of the final term.
Big punch away comes to Payne, to Withers. Half-back flank, smothered over the line, and this is about 45 to 50 metres around from the Hawthorn goal.
Yeah, it's a long way out from goal. It's just over the 50-metre mark, where we see Moore doing the work against Byrne. It's tapped down to the front of the pack and hurried out of that pack to up towards Schwab on the wing position on the outer side. Not paid the mark. Could nearly have picked up a free kick there. Tuck swoops on it. Looking for somewhere to go. Doesn't normally waste a kick. He goes toward Brereton. Brereton can't take it. Good roving here. No, I thought Green had a chance to pick up the crumb. Hand pass comes out. Was Turner to use. He gets a hand pass up. Looks like Newport coming through. Coming right through the centre of the ground. Going for a little pass into Jeremy Nichols. Took his eye off the ball. The ball taken by Jenke, who gives it to Tuck, who gives it to Curran, who puts it out wide. Looking for DiPierdomenico, who sets himself. Can't take the mark. Follows through quickly. Hand pass comes out to Byrne. Byrne quickly to Brereton. Brereton shoots it forward to Platten. And Platten gives it to Kennedy. And another Hawthorn goal comes up. A good piece of work. Started off here by Jenke on the half-back flank. And a chain of passes then got it down to Kennedy in the goal square, and you heard the applause of the Hawthorn fans and football fans in general. 20th goal to Hawthorn after a beautiful bit of work. 2017, 137 to 9-5, 59 on 7's big league.
Well, I thought it actually all started off with a shocking pass by Newport. Coming up the ground and kicked it straight to Jenke when he had three Melbourne players to give it to, and eventually Hawthorn took it down the ground with that brilliant passage of play. But their foot passing, Melbourne, is not good, as we see Loveridge has the ball smothered as he comes to Nichols, over to Healy. Healy further afield to Richards. Richards looking for Ted Fidge. He's got him, and Ted's surrounded by Hawks. Grabbed by Alan Jarrett. Back it comes to Dale Dixon. He has a shot at goals. Langford ducks back. It's offline, though, and through for 1 point.
One behind to Melbourne, coming at the Robert Heatley stand end of Princes Park Oval, making their total 60 points. Hawthorn on 137 points. 77 points difference between the teams. Hawthorn leading. Bit of a percentage builder for Hawthorn today as Langford puts it out wide. Abbott's the target. He had it and didn't hold it. Whitman came through again. His hand pass indiscriminately goes to Hughes. He puts it forward, two off the boot, looking for a teammate down there, Johnny Fidge, but Langford, he takes the mark and gives a hand pass away to Howard. Howard into DiPierdomenico. He's no one, yes, he found Abbott to give it to. Back to DiPierdomenico. He'll get around the opposition and get a hand pass working again to Howard. Back to Abbott. Abbott looking downfield. He'll be looking for Brereton, who's going to set himself down to take the mark. And he did that in slow motion, but the whistle had sounded and a free kick had been paid downfield.
Brereton has kicked it wide. The pass has been made. The lead has been made. A beautiful pass to Michael Byrne, and he accepted an easy pass. Gee, down the other end of the ground, Langford has put in a faultless display at fullback, and he looks real class. His judgment is superb. His kicking is magnificent. Jack, you're an ex-fullback. You must be appreciating that.
Yes, he's kicking very well, and he's also kicking to position. Big Mick Byrne going towards goal. The umpire's having a good look at that one. It's a goal. Another goal to Hawthorn, kicked by Michael Byrne. He kicks his first goal. Hawthorn, 21 goals, 17, 143. Melbourne, 9 goals, 60 points. You're on 7's big league, and there's Langford, of whom Peter spoke before.
Yeah, John Fidge, and well, Langford's had 15 kicks at full back in a side that's been dominating. 7 marks and 3 handballs. It's been an outstanding display. 13 players for the Hawthorn side have kicked goals.
Yes, they don't mind who kicks them as long as they kick enough to win the game. Loveridge waited for the hand pass, which didn't come from Dunstall. It went to Schwab instead, and he goes out very wide looking for Brereton. He may be too wide for him. Brereton tried to bring it back into play. It was successful too, but Kennedy couldn't accept it. Kicks off the ground again, down toward... I thought it was going to go out of bounds again, but it brought back into play. It comes up toward Yates. He can't take it. Curran barges his way through. Got tackled a bit high, I thought, and the Melbourne umpire Carlin saying he got tackled too high, and I think it was the right decision.
So do I.
And Peter Curran, he doesn't mind how tough the situation is, he just goes in. And he's been rewarded for it. His pass, beautiful pass, finds Brereton in the perfect position to kick a goal. He's about 45 metres out. That's the 50-metre line he's just crossed. That half circle you see on the ground. And Brereton is going for his 4th goal. He should kick it too. No, Jack, you're wrong again. He's put it through for one behind. Pete should have kicked it. Maybe they're all getting tired. It looks easy from up here. And Hawthorn, 21 goals, 18, 144. Melbourne, 9-6-60 on Sevens Big League.
Poor old Melbourne fancy having to run into Carlton and Hawthorn in successive weeks, and they've copped 2 hidings. Both sides looking very impressive, the Carlton side and the Hawthorn side. Here's Peter Moore from behind flying. Can't mark him over Greg Deere from behind. He's too tall as he takes a strong mark in front now. Very crowded forward line at the moment, but that's a good kick because it's a low trajectory one to full forward. Here's a chance for Kennedy. He's got it. Handball's away. Goes back into receive to get it again, Kennedy. Well, he's not really trying to get it out, and the umpire will come in and bounce it.
Yes, Kennedy did quite well in that encounter. On 2 occasions he tried to get the ball out, but couldn't get a clean hand pass away, and it was smothered up on the half-forward line. 50 metres out from the Hawthorn goal where this bounce is taking place. Hawthorn 144, leading by 84 points over Melbourne as the ball is put down. Loveridge can't get it out either. He tried to flick it out along the ground. It was a fairly big pack of players. It does get pushed out toward Green. He tips it out to deep here to Menico. He gives it back to Abbott. Abbott shoots it out to Loveridge. Loveridge looks for Wallace and went past Wallace. He maybe thought one of his teammates was there, but anyhow, he couldn't accept it. Jenke sets himself, but then he did a little bit of shepherding for Abbott, who shot it out to Schwab. Now Schwab going out wide. He puts it right out toward the half-forward flank where Dunstall's giving chase. He won't beat the ball over the boundary line. We'll see a throw-in taking place on the half-forward flank on the outer side. Well, we're getting toward the first minute of time on Sevens Big League. Hawthorn leading Melbourne by 84 points as the boundary throw-in comes in with Peter Moore on the in the ruck doing the work against Byrne.
Paul Abbott's had 8 kicks and 14 handballs. He's doing well. There's Jason Dunstall towards Loveridge. He's had a picnic as well. One of the many players. He must be in about the 20 kick mark. We'll pick that up in a minute as we see Turner on screen give the hand pass away to Cole. Away he comes, smothered off the boot, and with the ball out of bounds, we'll have a look how many kicks that Loveridge has had. 17 kicks and 8 handballs to Richard Loveridge. 25
possessions to Richard Loveridge. Got a chance for another one here if the ruckman can get it down to him, though he's nowhere near the pack at present. Picked up by Brereton. His kick is smothered. In goes Wallace. Can't get it away cleanly. Now it's Tuck's turn to have a go. Taken by Little Platten, who kicks it very high toward the goal square. The sun will be in the eyes of the players as they compete for that. Taken by Turner and put out very wide. Right out toward the wing position. No one can get there in time. Whitman or Richards can make it, and we'll see a boundary throw-in take place. It's halfway, we'll call it half-forward flank for Hawthorn on the outer side of the ground. Nearly 22 minutes gone now, the final term. So Sevens Big League from Princes Park showing Hawthorn leading by 84 points. Platten peeling for the free kick, which didn't come his way. Now he dives in and gets it. And Johnny Platten swings the ball around the boundary. He centres it a little bit now. There was a chance for the big ruckman in Byrne. He can't get there as it's kicked off the ground by Moore. A little bit of pace being shown here by Cole. Cole picking up for Melbourne and bringing the ball round the wing position on the members' side. Teddy Fidge set himself at Jenke, put it over the boundary line. We see the throw-in take place on the wing position on the members' side of Princes Park.
21-18, Hawthorn, Melbourne on 9-6. Jenke, number 42, punched that away. I know the Hawthorn people feel he's going to be a very good player. Nichols. Now it's Newport.
Very high.
On the left foot. Swab. Oh, gee, that was well judged. A beautiful piece of play by Peter Swab. Kicks it very wide, looking for Dunstall and Russell Green. Dunstall waited for that one. He maybe could have marked that, Jack, if he had have attacked it.
I think he thought that Green was going to go for it. Green thought Dunstall was going. And so Green gives it to Loveridge, who pops it up toward Howard. Howard can see the lead here by Platten. He chips it over, but a little bit too far for Platten. He has got it eventually, but it wasn't a clean mark. Platten looking for somewhere to go, is caught with the ball. Now the umpire said he was tackled too high. Johnny Platten plays on, runs around the boundary line. shoots toward goal, but I think he's kicked it right across the face of goal. In fact, the ball's still in play.
Still in.
It's still in play, and now it's out of bounds. So big Michael Byrne couldn't get down there in time to pick it up, and we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place. We're approaching the 29-minute mark of the final term on Seven's Big League, and Hawthorn lead by 84 points. Oops, make that 85 points as that shot at goal just misses, only one behind.
Yes, that was John Kennedy who put that one through for a point after brilliantly intercepting that one off the pack. 21-19, plays 9-6. You can see by the scoring shots how dominant Hawthorn has been today, as we see Mark Withers on screen. Gee, they love those little short passes and handballs, Melbourne. That was Cole getting it up towards Peter Giles. Sean White. Chance now for Hawthorn.
He's slick with that hand pass.
Back it comes there to Whitman. Whitman, the short one out wide. Here's Dippy. Can he kick a goal from the boundary line?
I doubt it's a long way out.
He brings it towards the goal square. Up they go. No mark. And there's the siren as Platten on the left foot has a pot shot at the goals, and a decisive victory here at Princess Park. Hawthorn win 21-19, 145 to Melbourne 9-6, a total of 60.